the champion of oranges. Shoppers Drug Mart, Canada's drugstore.
National hockey team under father David Bauer loses to the Soviets 5-0. The Russians go on to the gold and Czechoslovakia wins the silver. Canada defeats Sweden 3-2 to claim the bronze, our last medal in Olympic history. Will history repeat itself today as Canada and Sweden meet for the bronze medal in 1984? And a good early morning to you in Canada, wherever you are, and that is the question of this morning. Will Canada defeat Sweden and take the bronze medal? With me is hockey commentator Ron Roosh, who knows international hockey and all of these teams about as well as anyone can. Ron, what about Sweden?
Well, a scouting report on Sweden. They have excellent skaters on their hockey team. They always have excellent skaters, but they're a team that generally cracks under intense pressure, Lloyd, and one thing that Team Canada has given us in this tournament is good checking pressure. So I would expect Canada will win this game.
Well, it's just after 10 o'clock in the morning, Sarajevo time, and the teams are going to be moving out onto the ice shortly. You said that Canada has the checking pressure. We also need some better opportunities at the net than we've had. Well, I should say not better opportunities, better chances.
Well, that's right. They seem to give themselves the chances, but then they don't put the puck in the net, and that's been their problem. The last two games, of course, they were shut out 4-0. Sweden's been having its problems, too. And that's one of the reasons why I tend to lean towards Canada in this one, is we can check better than they can, and I think that's definitely the key in championship hockey.
We are now ready to go to Zetra Olympic Hall for the hockey game between Canada and Sweden for the bronze medal. Our commentators, Bernie Pascal and Tom Watt.
Thanks very much, Lloyd, and hello, everybody. And we're at the Zetra Olympic Ice Hall. The referee is Yuri Karandin of the Soviet Union. Prusov and Schneider are the two linesmen. Prusov of the Soviet Union and Schneider of West Germany. As we get set to start the game, Tippett, number 27 for Canada. Muller ready for the face-off, and the game is underway. Tippett slaps the puck into the Sweden zone. That's Leif Nordin, number 21, trying to get it. Then Oling jams it against the boards, held there by Dave Donnelly.
Kurt Muller is back in the Team Canada lineup. He has his knee taped. It was ligament problems with his right knee, but he's playing today. Robin Bartel is not playing. Sweden is also missing one player on defense. They're missing Telev, who went home with a knee injury.
Of course, Bartel injured his ankle in the first period of the game against the Soviets. Bartel not playing in this game. Now here's Patrick for Canada, clearing the puck out to the center ice zone. After it is Muller, getting set, a shot. And Rittervall makes the save. It comes out to Redmond at center ice, drops it to Patrick. Patrick, number 9, slaps it into the Sweden zone. This is Muller taking into the corner, and the puck is picked up by Peter Gradin, number 15. Tippett is after him. Gradin, the brother of Thomas Gradin, who plays for the Vancouver Canucks. Now he drops it back to number 7. That's Eriksson, trying to get the lead pass to Gradin. And backboard for Canada is Bruce Driver. He can't get it. Sweden has it, drops it into the slot. Alina shot. And that just hit a skate and goes wide. Rundqvist into the corner. Now they'll try the other side, and this is Doug Lidster. Lidster of Team Canada coming up to the center ice zone, trying to get that lead pass to Lowe, and it's onto the stick of Alin. Now into the corner, this is Eklund. He gets it up to the center ice zone, a pass, and it's just behind number 8, Tom Eklund, and it's offside at the Team Canada blue line. There's Tommy Eklund, number 8, and the Canadian supporters on hand. Canada needs a tie or a victory to get a bronze medal here in the Sarajevo, Yugoslavia Olympic Games. Breakfast in Sarajevo on CTV. A big hockey doubleheader. Unprecedented hockey coverage on CTV. We'll bring you the medal games. This for the bronze medal. And then later today, the game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union for the gold and the silver. Puck is cleared back in. Talon on defense. Tries to get possession of it. Now it's slapped around to Lindblom, number 6. Lindblom's pass almost intercepted by Kerry Wilson. There's a long shot off the stick of Sandstrom, deflected high into the crowd.
We should remind the fans that Canada has an edge in this hockey game in that we need a tie or a win to win the bronze medal. That's because of the goal spread in the medal round, Canada having a better goal spread than does Sweden. And so that puts a different complexion on the hockey game. It means that Sweden has to score a goal to win, or if Canada gets the first goal, Sweden needs 2 goals to win the bronze medal.
2 goaltenders, Mario Gosselin and Rittervall for Sweden. Both teams at full strength. Here's Tippett trying to get out at the center ice zone. He's stopped. Jens Oling clears the puck back into the Team Canada zone. Going after it is Dave Tippett. He can't get it. A scramble for it. Gradin had it momentarily. Then it slapped back to Per-Erik Eklund, number 14. Eklund slapped it at the center ice zone to Gradin. Gradin coming in over the line with Oling. Takes it behind the net. Dumps it in front. And Gosselin slides underneath it and holds that puck for a face-off.
Well, that's what we see a lot in Europe, too, because of that extra space behind the net. You saw when Gradin went behind the net with the puck. Usually in North America, they go all the way around and then look for somebody in the slot or back to the point. But what they do here, because of that extra room, they go in and then throw the puck back out the side they came in looking for the trailer. And Gosselin had to be sharp to pick that puck up when Gradin threw it behind him into the front of the net.
No score here in the first period at the Zetra Olympic Ice Hall. That shot just goes wide. After it for Canada is Dave Gagne, number 19. He's pinned against the boards as Thomas Rundqvist, number 11, bumps with him in the corner, and they'll take the face-off all over again to the left of Mario Gosselin. Backup goaltender for Canada is Darren Elliott. Canada started it all off here at the Olympic Games with a 4-2 win over the United States. All set now for the face-off. Thomas Rundqvist against Dave Tippett to the left of goaltender Gosselin. There's no score in the opening period. Referee is Karen Dean of the Soviet Union. The puck taken by Yalm. Peter Yalm trying to get it in front. Rundqvist was spun around. Now he has possession again. Rundqvist drops it back to the point. Olien trying to get a shot. That was blocked. Another attempt. Right in front is Yalm. He gets a spin around and is right on. Stopped by Gosselin.
Team Canada chasing around a little bit inside their own zone. Tippett, one of the few times, again, they lost the draw inside his own zone, but there was too much movement there. Sweden was able to throw the puck around and control it. Canada not being able to get it out.
So they'll take that face-off once again in the Team Canada zone. Wasn't dropped fairly, so they'll do it again. We've played 2 minutes and 51 seconds here in the opening period. This for the bronze medal. Number 20 for Canada, Kerry Wilson against Rundqvist. It's back again. Boy, they're having problems getting a face-off to the left of Gosselin in the Team Canada zone.
Well, it looks like because Canada had such early success in the face-off circle, and now all the other teams are cheating quite a bit.
Okay, now they get a legitimate draw. The puck rolls to the side, and here's Lidster for Canada. Lidster up the right wing side. He has Pat Flatley in there with him, and low. Flatley got a weak shot away. In behind the net is Lidster. Lidster slaps it into the corner. This is Wilson trying to get it in front. A shot right on. Flatley's drive stopped by Rittervall.
Best chance, best opportunity Canada's had in the hockey game so far. Wilson coming from the side of the net made a nice pass, put a little mustard on it, got right through, and Flatley off the edge of the net. Didn't have a lot of room when the goaltender Rittervall came out to take away his angle, but the best chance of the game for Team Canada.
Now Coach Dave King sends out Deneen, Gagne, and Courtnall. And Courtnall will take the face-off in the Team Sweden zone. All set now. It's Patrick on defense with Redmond, number 3. Sweden clears the puck up on the left side. It comes to Eriksson, trying to get that lead pass to Sanderstrom, and it's brought back by James Patrick of Canada. He got it along the boards. Kevin Deneen trying to take it loose there, and it's into the corner. Talon. in his own zone for Sweden. That pass just failed as it slides into the Team Canada zone. Cleared around the boards. Here's Talon moving up for Sweden, trying to get a clearing pass in front. And Canada breaks out. This is Dineen. Dineen coming in with Gagne, who's just astride over the blue line on left wing, offside. Kevin Dineen, number 16, third-round draft pick of Hartford.
2-on-2 opportunity here. Dineen just making that
move before he gets over the line. You've got to get over the line with the puck and then make your move. When you make that lateral movement in front of the line, oftentimes you put a teammate offside, and that's what happened on the last rush.
So Kirk Muller's out there now, the junior from Guelph, Ontario, who turned 18 on the 8th of this month. Missed the game with the Soviets with a knee injury, but he's back in the lineup for this bronze medal game, and he's instrumental there in jamming the puck along those far boards. There's Muller, number 27. Lidster, number 4. Number 14 for Sweden, that's Per-Erik Eklund, a draft of the Philadelphia Flyers. Now Lidster clears the puck. It's slapped into the Sweden zone. Muller going into the corner after it. It's cleared in front. And here's Oling trying to get it off the boards. Helped by Leif Nordin. Got it to the blue line, but not out. Now Bo Eriksson behind the net. He's knocked against the boards. Muller trying to get the puck in front to tip it. And it's right out of the stick of Oling. Back to the blue line, and Canada keeps it in. Here's a chance for Tippett at the side. Right in, a shot. And that's blocked by Rittervall and taken by Oling of Sweden. He got it out to the center ice zone. Now it's brought up by number 7, Bo Eriksson. Eriksson was stopped as he crossed the Team Canada line. Trying to get the puck there for Canada, number 25, Bruce Driver. Now Lidster. Missed on that pass. It slides down the ice. Backboard is Thomas Olean. Olean in his own zone. Stopped by Kerry Wilson, who slips and falls. Wilson gets up quickly, trying to dig that puck loose, helped out by Dave Donnelly. And number 26, Pat Flatley, gets in there to hold it against the boards. Sarajevo amidst the Dinarian Mountains. The population of this area, about 500,000. We're located about 120 miles from the Adriatic Sea. And good morning to all of Canada. The early hour of the morning right across the country, just after 1 a.m. in Vancouver and after 4 a.m. in Toronto. There's a chance in front. Wilson, a backhand shot. Rittervall makes the save, and the puck comes to the blue line. Redmond makes a gallant attempt and keeps it in. Now Sweden. Eklund trying to get possession of it. In forechecking for Canada is Lowe, who breaks that play up. Now it slides ahead to Eklund. He had it momentarily. Sweden inside their own zone. We have not had a penalty so far in the game, and we're scoreless. We've played 5 minutes and 40 seconds. The puck slapped over the boards, grabbed by Doug Lidster at the Team Canada bench.
Kerry Wilson getting another good opportunity off the side of the net with a backhand, but Rittervall took the puck away. And a very important thing in this hockey game is for Team Canada to try to get that first goal. Not only is it important in any hockey game, but to score the first goal in this game means that Sweden needs 2 goals in order to get that medal. So to go ahead is more important than any other hockey game with the goal spread.
Kind of interesting, the two teams. Of course, the Canadian players used to pre-game meal. They'd have to have a real early breakfast today, with this game starting at 10 a.m. here in Sarajevo.
Their breakfast was at 6:20 this morning.
Yeah, we're starting earlier than the milkman today. No score as we approach the 6-minute, 2-second mark of the opening period. Of course, unprecedented hockey coverage on CTV. We're pleased to bring you this big Olympic doubleheader for all the medals in the Olympic hockey competition from the Zetra Olympic Ice Hall. Courtnall now, number 18, has the puck for Canada, drops it back inside his own zone. That lead pass, Courtnall trying to reach for it, rolled off his stick, and here's Sweden coming back in over the line, trying to come in front. Lidster gets back quickly to cover up for Canada. Doug Lidster, number 4, he slaps it, can't get it out though. It's kept in by Lindblom. Gagne trying to come up with that loose puck, and now Lars Håkan Eriksson digs it out. Rolled off his stick and goes to Lidster. Lidster gets it out to the center ice area. Here's Gagne going after it. Eriksson hooked the puck away from him. Both teams very cautious here in the early going as we're scoreless. 6 minutes and 45 seconds gone. Number 6 for Sweden, that's Lindblom. Lindblom passes it over to Bo Erickson. Now back to Lindblom, who comes up to center ice. Leaves a trailing pass there for Eklund. Here's Eklund over the Team Canada line. Oling trying to head for the net. Eklund takes it back. Here's Oling setting up. He drops it to the side, then moves right in front of the net. And doing a good job is Deneen there, tying up the Team Sweden player. Here's Driver, and we have our first penalty of the hockey game, handed out by Yuri Karandin of the Soviet Union. It'll be to Donnelly.
Well, we see Driver coming off, but those types of penalties inside your own zone, Carradine being sharp on the play, you don't want to take those penalties away from the play. It had nothing to do with the play, and Donnelly going off gives the Swedish team their first opportunity on a roughing call.
So the time of the penalty of 7:11. No score with Sweden on the power play here after 7 minutes and 11 seconds of play in the first period. The puck slapped to the line. Eriksson trying to get it. Here's a chance now for Eklund, and he drills one wide. Gradin, number 15 for Sweden. He drops it into the corner. Trying to get it now to Eklund. He's all tied up, and Lidster has it for Team Canada. Lidster comes to the blue line. Tippett knocks it down at center. Tippett clears the puck ahead, then it's dropped back to Patrick, but Team Canada's called on the offside play. There's number 27, Kirk Muller. Played junior in Guelph and in Kingston.
Well, I can't believe Kirk Muller is here. 2 years ago, I had him in a midget camp, an elite midget camp in Ontario, and here 2 years later, he's playing against the best teams in the world for Team Canada. A great young player.
Ready now for the face-off. Sweden on the power play. There's no score. After it for Canada, James Patrick drops it back. Driver clears it down the ice as it bounces off the stick of Olien into the Team Sweden zone. 1:23 left in the penalty of Donnelly of Team Canada. Here comes Rundqvist at center ice. He gets a pass on that left wing to Thomas Eklund, and that's offside at the Team Canada blue line. Donnelly off for roughing, and there's number 28, Thomas Sandstrom of Sweden. Looking on from the Sweden bench. Swedish players, of course, have come a long way in the NHL since Ulf Sterner played in the mid-60s. Quite an elite number of Sweden players. Börje Salming, Kent Nielsen, Thomas Gradin, Pelle Lindberg, Patrick and Peter Sundstrom, Håkan Loob. Many outstanding Sweden players playing in the NHL. Here's Muller going after the puck for Canada, drops it back to Tippett. Canada a man short. They clear it right deep into their own zone onto the stick of Lidster. He fires it, hit Muller. Lidster gets it back again with 51 seconds left in the penalty to Donnelly. Now Gagne comes out with Wood and Redmond for Team Canada to help kill off this penalty with Lidster. Sweden, the pass up the middle. This is Rundqvist over the line, getting set. Heading for the net is Eklund. Rundqvist still has it. Rundqvist gets it back. Setting up is Eklund, back into the corner to Rundqvist. Sweden on the power play. Canada doing a good job of tying them up, at least to this point. Here's Eklund. The puck rolls off his stick. Right on top of him is Lidster. In front, a shot. That just sailed wide. Kept in by Olien at the blue line. Olien gets it back for Team Sweden. Out there with Valtin. The pass intended for Valtin, and it slides all the way down into the Team Sweden zone. 4 seconds left in the penalty. And Donnelly steps on the ice. Canada has now killed over 90% of their penalties here at the Olympic Games. Sodergren gets a pass ahead now to Lars Eriksson. It's off his stick. Here comes Kerry Wilson back now for Canada. In with Flatley. Got to the line, then slaps the puck into the Sweden zone. Lowe into the corner after it. Flatley trying to jam the puck loose, helped out by Lowe. Then Lowe backhanded it to the other side. It got away from Flatley. Play in the corner. Flatley digging in there, and he's bumped by Satterstrom and Kerry Wilson, and they hold it for a whistle.
Well, Wilson, Flatley, and Darren Lowe, this is their job inside the zone. They like to use that extra space behind the net. You saw all three of them in there deep trying to control the puck. Sweden holding it for the face-off. But they do a good job with that extra 3 feet behind the net, controlling it behind, controlling it because they're big fellas, hard to knock off the puck. And they've been very successful in the tournament utilizing that extra space.
So Flatley, Wilson, and Lowe on the ice, and this Canadian line has 18 points in the tournament, 1/3 of Team Canada's total. They've been the big story here. We're scoreless as we approach the 10-minute mark, and another jam up in the corner, and they hold it for a draw. Gary Wilson, NHL rights owned by the Calgary Flames. He was a member of the '82 Gold Junior team, and he's also played in Europe a couple of years, playing in Helsinki. There's Bo Eriksson, number 7 of Team Sweden. As they get into position for that face-off in the Sweden zone to the left of goaltender Rolf Rittervall. Had an exceptional game the other night. He's played well in the Olympic Games. Mario Gosselin in the nets for Canada has really been outstanding. Many consider him the best goaltender here at the championship. Lidster trying to get the puck to tip it. He spun around. Comes up with it, though, and here's Canada now on the attack, led by Donnelly. Donnelly over the line. That pass in front just failed as it's knocked over to Eklund. Eklund slaps it off the boards to Bo Eriksson. Now Sweden winding up in their own zone. Number 14 is Per-Erik Eklund, and he shoots it into the Team Canada zone. Gradin in after it. Driver bumps with him. Gradin comes up with the puck, clears it in front, and that was intended for Oling, and it just got away from him. Canada on a line change, just shoot the puck into the Team Sweden zone. Back for it there is Bo Eriksson, number 7. Hortnell slapped the puck away. Gagne coming in, trying to get to it. And Sweden comes up with possession once again. This is Eriksson up to center ice. That pass intended for Per-Erik Eklund off his skates into the corner. And they all jam up in behind the Team Canada net with the puck underneath Eklund. Reminder later this morning, the Soviets and Czechoslovakia will play for the gold medal. The Soviets shooting for their 6th Olympic gold medal, and Czechoslovakia its 1st. A very exciting game is expected, and we'll have it live for you later this morning on CTV. No score here at the Zetra Olympic Ice Hall. Canada and Sweden playing for the bronze medal. Canada needs a tie or a victory to get the bronze medal. Their first since 1968. Here's Gagne over the line, trying to get a pass to Dineen. That failed. It's slapped back into the corner. Courtnall has it in behind the net. Here's Courtnall setting up, gives it in front to Dineen. Here's a chance now, a shot. And that was off the stick of Patrick, just sailed wide. Redmond back at his own blue line, feeds it over to Patrick. Patrick of Canada gets it up to the center ice zone. It's hit with a high stick and whistled down by Karen Dean, the referee.
I like the way Patrick moved in on that last opportunity. He came right down from the point, and his shot was just wide of the post, just by a little bit, but he moved in, and that's what James Patrick can do well. He lugs the puck well. At the point, he's sharp. He looks for the offensive opportunity, and in international hockey, your defensemen just have to be involved in the attack. You can't attack just only with the 3 forwards. You have to attack with all 5 players, and James Patrick is suited to that.
No, Wilson all set now for the draw against Lars Eriksson, and the puck comes out to Thomas Sanderstrom. Sanderstrom shoots the puck into the Team Canada zone. Gosselin out of the net. Driver gives it to Lidster. He can't control the pass as it was slapped off the boards. Now Driver will try the other side. Chased by Lars Eriksson. Gets the puck up to center ice. Here's Kerry Wilson coming in with Wood. Wilson right in, a shot. And that just got wide of the target. Lindblom trying to get it for Sweden. Wood runs into his check, and Sweden has possession. Coming up now, Eriksson's on the right side. Faking a shot. Lindblom right in front. And Lidster is over to check him. Number 31 for Canada, that's Von Karpen. He kicks it ahead to Lidster. Over to Driver. Bruce Driver gets it ahead now to Kerry Wilson, coming up with Wood. Up to the Sweden line. Stops and brings it back into his own zone to Redmond, who feeds it to Patrick. Now Canada on the attack. Patrick on the right side, met by 3 Swedish players. Still digging after the puck in the corner. Sodergren then got it to the blue line. Patrick knocks it down there for Canada. Right onto the stick of Jens Oling. Oling on the right side over the Team Canada line. Coming in against Redmond. Rolls the puck back. There's a shot by Gradin right on. And that's stopped by Gosselin. As Canada comes out again. Muller up over the line. He's turned around and the puck slides into the Sweden zone. Eklund, number 14. Gets a pass on that left wing side. Here's Gradin coming in. Tippett checks him, and the pass is right onto the stick of Dave Donnelly of Canada. Redmond trying to catch up to it on the far side. Nordin keeps it in. Nordin feeds a pass now to Eklund. Drops it back. Here's Nordin, a shot. That hit a skate in front as Redmond dropped in front of that drive. And the puck cleared once again into the Team Canada bench, and it hit Lidster as he's coming onto the ice on a line change.
Canada making those rink-wide passes inside your own zone. Those are the ones where the coaches really just hold your heart. There you see Dave King. But you've got to come out with the puck. You can't go across with the puck inside your own zone. You've got to come out. And Canada was throwing it around, throwing the puck wide inside their zone. They've got to be a little careful there, and Redmond was sharp to come and block that shot from the point.
No score. We played 13 minutes and 30 seconds here in the opening period. A lead pass. That's Pat Flatley. Then he clears it into the Sweden zone. After it is low number 14. Bumped against the boards by Oling. And the puck slides all the way deep into the Team Canada zone. Doug Lidster back for it. Lidster from Kamloops, British Columbia. The only married member of the Team Canada squad. Here's Driver over the line. And it's offside as Lowe was in on right wing. The coach of Team Sweden, Anders Palmström, marching in front of the Sweden players. We're scoreless in the opening period. Kerry Wilson, all set for the draw against Rundqvist, comes back to Lidster. Now Driver slaps it into the Team Canada zone, or the Team Sweden zone. Valtin after it there. It stopped, cleared in front, and it slides all the way out to center ice where Lidster got back to get it for Canada. Head to Wilson. Wilson over the line. Still has it. Dropped it back. Setting up now a pass in front intended for Lowe, and that was slapped away. Canada's Wilson at the blue line. Coming in over the line with Pat Flatley. And Sweden doing a good job of tying up Canada on their scoring opportunities. Bit of a mix-up there. Flatley and Wilson engaged with Tommy Eklund.
Well, you know, for the whole tournament and all the games, important games, one-shot efforts in the Olympic Games, you know, we really have seen very little rough play or high stick. There's been the odd little bit, but for the level of competition, for the intensity that the players are playing at, really it's been a very well-played series with very little rough play and very little high sticking.
Now the puck comes back to the line. Here's Patrick setting up, lets it go, and that's stopped by goaltender Rittervall. As Patrick has another good shot from the blue line. Rittervall has made two big saves in this game. Sliding in behind the Team Canada net, Sodergren was knocked down, gets up again, has the puck. Here's Sodergren dumping it in front. Patrick knocked it away. Sodergren has it again, trying to get it to Sandstrom. And that's covered up by the Team Canada player, James Patrick, who gets it out to the Sweden line. A race for it. Kevin Dineen coming in with Courtnall, the pass behind him. And for Sweden, that's Sodergren. He gets it over to Lars Håkan Eriksson. And they slide it into the Team Canada zone with Lidster back for it for Canada. No score in the opening period as Courtnall brings it to center ice. Courtnall slides it ahead to Gagne. Waiting for his teammates to get into position. Now Lidster will lead the Team Canada attack. A bouncing puck into the Sweden zone as Tippett collides with Gradin there, and that's whistled down.
Well, one of the things that Team Canada doesn't have to face today, as opposed to the Soviets, is that Sweden employs really three basic forward lines and three sets of defensemen. They only have two extra forwards. They've lost one man who has gone home because of an injury, and Canada had a tough time in the last game against the Soviet Union, where the Soviets just kept pouring those lines over the boards, each one seeming to be just as good as the other.
Shots on goal so far in the first period. Canada has outshot Sweden by a margin of 5-2. There's Gradin, number 15 of Sweden. He has 8 goals and 4 assists so far in the Olympics. He's tied for second place with Drozdetsky of the Soviet Union. Now Muller into the face-off position against Gradin. Just outside the Team Sweden blue line. Tippett slaps it back to Lidster. Lidster to Driver, a long shot off a stick. Rittervall makes the save. Puck goes into the corner. Bo Eriksson trying to get it. And Sweden will try the other side now. It's cleared. Tippett almost intercepted it there. And it's brought back by number 17, Jans Oling. Oling moving into the slot. Dumped it to the opposite side. Moving up is Leif Nordin. He's checked against the boards. at the side of the net. Trying to get it is Eklund, and Canada gets over quickly. Lidster is knocked against the boards, pinned there by Eklund, and we have had numerous stoppages of play. A cautious approach to the game by both teams.
And a cautious approach to the game by the official, because the referee, as we've seen lots of times in this tournament, anytime the puck is along the boards, they want to make sure that the third and fourth men don't come in to cause high sticking. Anytime the puck is anywhere close to being held against the boards, they blow the whistle and stop the play.
Number 11, that's Rune against Kerry Wilson. Moving up is Valtine. He took a swing at the puck, just failed to get it. And Flatley of Canada gets it ahead to Lowe. Lowe fakes a shot, then he was checked by Rundqvist, and the puck slides to Olean. Olean slides the puck out to the center ice zone. Craig Redmond has it for Canada. Here's Redmond trying to get away from Rundqvist and does. Redmond brings it in, slaps it off the boards. Flatley moves into the corner. Here's Flatley, a shot, sails right through the crease. And it comes over to number 18, Peter Yalm. Yalm can't get it out. Canada still has it. Here's Flatley at the side of the net. Helped out. Moving around the side, Wilson had it momentarily. Now Lowe gets in there. In front, here's a chance. A shot by Flatley just went wide of the Team Sweden net. And it comes all the way out to center ice. This is Peter Yalm. Yalm right through, a shot. And Gosland slides out to block that drive. Two teams at full strength. We've had just one penalty. That was to Donnelly for roughing at 7-11. Here's Wilson breaking out for Canada. Over the line, a weak shot is blocked by the defense, and it slides over to Olean. Olean now out to the center ice zone, coming in with Sodergren. The puck slapped into the Team Canada zone, and bringing it back, Deneen. Helped out by Bruce Driver. Driver, a lead pass intended for Gagne, hits the glass into the corner. Gagne bumps there against Thomas Sandstrom. They all get in there again. And they take exception a little to those checks, and the referee and the officials move in there. Reminder, the Olympic medal winners will place their championship form on exhibition this afternoon on CTV. This is one of the most entertaining events in international figure skating, and CTV has it for you this afternoon, the Olympic figure skating exhibition. Brian Pokar, Otto Jelinek, and Johnny Esau with the figure skating competition. The exhibition later here on CTV. Here's Gagne, a shot that just hit a skate and goes wide. After the puck for Sweden, that's Carl Sodergren trying to get it out. And now they bring it out to the center ice zone, up to the Team Canada line. Eriksson helped out there by Sodergren, and the puck shot wide. Driver got it back to the line. Eklund keeps it in. Here's a chance now, number 22, Sodergren back, and a shot right on, stopped by goaltender Mario Gosselin, as Lidster took Peter Yalm heavily into the boards behind the net.
Well, Lidster certainly threw out a tough check, and Yalm was a little upset when Lidster took him to the boards. We see him going off, but it was not a very tough shot from the point for Gosselin to stop. Actually, it was a little bit of a blooper, and he just killed it with his glove, face-off inside Team Canada zone.
Less than 2 minutes to go here in the opening period. There's no score. Redmond fires the puck, and it's knocked out of play, and they'll take the face-off right back into the Team Canada zone. There's number 21 for Sweden. That's Leif Nordin. As the face-off is in the Team Canada zone, Muller trying to get it for Canada. After it is Jens Oling. Oling is all tied up. Muller jamming in against the boards there with Per-Erik Eklund. It's slapped back to the blue line and goes right back into the Sweden zone. A race for it, and the Swedish player gets back quickly to pick it up. Now it's dumped out to the center ice zone. Oling missed on that pass. After it for Canada, Donnelly off the skates of Dave Tippett. Tippett is knocked against the boards, and again they get in there. Tippett and Eriksson in that far corner, and another whistle.
Donnelly moving in, throwing out a nice check there, right in deep, forechecking. Gets a little tap from his teammates as he goes off, and he's an aggressive fellow. With Team Canada's checking, doing a good job of forechecking inside Team Sweden zone.
And the Canadian supporters, and there are numerous Canadian supporters. Of course, many of the other athletes are here as well, supporting the Olympic hockey team on the verge of winning their first Olympic medal since 1968. Canada's last gold medal was in 1952. Here's Wilson moving in for the face-off now against Thomas Runquist, a draft of the Montreal Canadiens, and the shot right on, and Rittervall makes the save. Not taking any chances at all with the play involved to his right, held onto it for a whistle.
We should also remind the fans that we didn't participate in hockey in the Olympic Games in 1960, in 1972 and in 1976. So we've only had one opportunity since then to play in the Olympic Games hockey.
Of course, 72 in Japan, 76 it was in Innsbruck, Austria. Sweden has never defeated Team Canada in Olympic hockey competition. That's an interesting statistic. As Eklund goes back to the Team Sweden bench, and they have a line change. Number 22 coming out, Sodergren with Sandstrom. And we have 1 minute and 12 seconds left to play here in the first period. There's no score between Sweden and Canada. Wilson slaps the puck. Here's Tellinen behind the net. Tellinen got it around to Lindblom, who gets it out to center ice, right onto the stick of Sandstrom. Then he lost it. Wilson slaps it back off the boards into the Team Sweden zone. Less than a minute to go now in the opening period as the puck comes out to the center ice zone. Sodergren spun around. Sandstrom trying to help him, and it goes back to Bruce Driver of Canada. Driver in his own zone. Over to Doug Lidster. Now Lidster leading an attack, gets the pass ahead to Kerry Wilson. Wilson stopped as he got to the Sweden blue line, and Flatley has it for Team Canada. Flatley to Redmond, who slaps it in. 30 seconds left in the first period, no score. Play in the Sweden zone. It comes out to the blue line. Donnelly trying to get to it there. Up over the line now. Here's Eriksson. He's stopped, and Muller comes back for Canada. Tippett can't get to the puck as Oling is there for Sweden. Here's Redmond carrying on. Redmond to the side of the net. Into the corner, spins around and falls. Nordin knocked against the boards. The puck comes out to center ice. 4 seconds left. It's backhanded in by Tippett on the offside with just 1 second left to play in the opening period.
Dave King in the last few minutes of this period trying to get that go-ahead goal. He's double shifted his big line of Lowe and Flatley and Wilson. He's given them extra time trying to get that go-ahead goal. Now we have Muller in, but they've just made the change. But their big scoring line, he's tried to get on quite a bit in the later stages of this period.
Well, the puck is dropped in the final second, and the horn goes to end the first period of play. Canada out shooting Sweden by a margin of 7-2.
Really a very cautious first period. It's almost like two heavyweight fighters in the early rounds of a championship bout. They're feeling one another out. Not too many opportunities at either end.
Okay, we're scoreless after the first period of play here at Zetra. Coverage of the 14th Winter Olympics will continue in a moment.
Budweiser salutes all the people who make the music we love.
Look out! Our best for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. For all you do, our best to you.
Yeah, this Bud's for you if you like your beer with that distinctively clean, crisp, Beechwood-aged taste and smoothness that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
It was just another stop in just another town until they breezed in. New arrivals, coats and suits from Sears. 1/3 off, 1 day only, Thursday, February 23rd. There'd be other trains, other days, but somehow I knew February 23rd was the one I'd remember.
Decisions have to be made fast in slalom skiing. Each move has to be timed right, or you're out of the race. In life, too, the turns and twists can be smoothed out with well-timed moves. Crown Life can help you take advantage of life's big changes in direction. Graduation, starting a job, marriage, a growing family. Crown Life can help make sure every turn is a turn in the right direction. Crown Life, official insurer of the Canadian Olympic team.
You may have heard some juicy rumors about Swiss Chalet. That we charcoal broil our chickens over real hardwood charcoal. That we serve meaty charbroiled ribs. That we've got fresh cut fries and sauce just ready for dipping. And at Swiss Chalet, everything tastes great. Know what?
You never had it so good.
Those juicy rumors are all true.
Never so good for so little.
So there is no score at the end of the first period in the bronze medal game between Canada and Sweden, being broadcast live from Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. And Ron, that was a rather sluggish first period. Some might even call it dull.
Well, I don't think Dave King's calling it dull. I think that if he had a little game plan and he wanted his players to do exactly what he wanted, I think he got it. He probably would have liked to have got a goal or two there, but his team is checking very well. They've got control of the game, and as long as they can maintain that control and then get a goal off a break or two, then that's exactly what he wants. Right now, Canada is in a position to win a bronze medal. It's a tie. It's a 0-0 tie right now. But control is the word here, and it's the watchword so far as Canada's game is concerned, and certainly that's the key here tonight.
Ron, you've been following this team from its very beginnings. In fact, you watched them in many of their warm-ups, many of their exhibition games. How do you think they have managed to come this far, and who's done it for them?
Same story. Discipline, and we've had a number of players as well who have starred in this tournament, and we're going to take a look at some of them and go back right to the very beginnings of this tournament and how Team Canada got to this game. First of all, the United States. Remember that the day before the Olympics opened officially, Kerry Wilson is number 20 down the left wing boards, and that's Flatley just backing in and just tipping that puck in, and you don't really see it at 27 seconds of the first period. Canada gets to celebrate its first goal of the tournament, and here's a look at Flatley deflecting that shot, perfectly played in front, a letter-perfect deflection, and it's 1-0. The U.S. tied this game up, but then Wilson again in the corner, out to Daigneault, a weak backhand, but Wilson is right there for the backhand of his own on the rebound, and it is Canada again in front. Checked from behind the net by Flatley, and out comes the puck. Wilson will get his second goal. And then to complete it all, here's Dineen getting the puck against the boards as it's given up. Wood gets the shot. Wilson backing into the crease, deflects it. Wilson with a hat trick and 1 assist. He was in on all 4 goals in the opening game of the tournament. He played in Helsinki last year, and here he is in the Olympic Games. The second game, Canada versus Austria. James Patrick, number 9. Watch his work inside the blue line as he goes through the backhand, still moving with that puck. Those great moves. This is why the Rangers made him a first-round draft choice. Passes it in front, and Donnelly scores, and it's 1-0 over Austria. Well, if you haven't seen enough of James Patrick, I'm sure the Austrians had by the end of the night. Here he comes again inside the blue line. And this is 13 seconds into the second period as he moves in, goes deep. Now he's got room behind the net. They don't chase him. And out it comes in front. Muller and Patrick, the key to the second round game as Austria is defeated 8-1. Patrick from the University of North Dakota, 2 early assists in a very, very strong game. Next important game, Canada-Finland. Once again, Canada scores early. Bruce Driver from the point, and number 27, Kirk Muller in front. 1-0 the score, but the Finns score twice to take the lead in the second period. The big goal as Canada comes back is Darren Lowe on a great backhand. And then Lowe starts the play here to Wilson, to Redmond. That's Wilson out to Redmond. Here comes the shot, 3-2. Canada goes on to win this game by a score of 4-2. Darren Lowe with the key to the comeback, a goal and an assist from the University of Toronto. Canada versus Norway, only one big story. Dave Gagne, number 19. Dan Wood set him up on the breakaway there. He faded to the forehand and scored. And then another breakaway for Gagne. Here he is, a 4-point night, and Canada wins this game over Norway 8-1. And the fans celebrate as Dave Gagne, a first-round draft choice of the New York Rangers. The key. Canada, Czechoslovakia. Defense the story. Unfortunately for Canada, they had no offense in this game, but the fellow there who is big time and time again, Mario Gosselin. Czechoslovakia won this game 4-0. They came on in waves, that hard shot, and again, it was Gosselin, then Chernik, number 14. How about that one? Right off his face mask. Gosselin, who started with the Shawinigan Cataracts, comes through very, very big. Referee even checks with him. Under fire throughout the game, Mario Gosselin, the third-round choice of the Quebec Nordique. And the game before this one, the first game of the medal round, the official medal round, Bruce Driver on defense, number 25, a star for Canada in a defensive game against, of course, the Soviet best. He may have been the best defenseman in the hockey game. Out of the penalty box, he got a big chance offensively for Canada as well.
as the play is inside the blue line, and you'll see the defenseman Kazatonov pinch in, and suddenly coming out of the penalty box and swooping into the picture is Bruce Driver. Now look at his speed. Kazatonov is not what you'd call a slow defenseman, and yet here he goes, and he's got the good jump, and Bruce Driver goes in, and only the work of Vladislav Tretiak, as we are used to seeing, saved that one. Bruce Driver, who played in the University of Wisconsin in a 4-0 loss, the star for Team Canada. So we've had some excellent performances here at the tournament, Lloyd.
And here we are now. You've brought right up to date the bronze medal game. We need a win or a tie to take that bronze home to Canada. And CTV's coverage of the 14th Winter Olympic Games from Sarajevo will continue in a moment.
Skyhawk, the small car that's a Buick. Consider its virtues. The comforting fact that electronic scanning assures precision. The satisfying fact that Skyhawk displays generous Buick luxury. The provocative fact that front-wheel drive Skyhawk handles as beautifully as its looks impress. Or consider the one, possibly decisive fact that you can have it all in one car.
IBM introduces PC Junior, a bright little addition to the family. Junior comes with bright computer ideas, like a keyboard that doesn't need a cord. You can get easy-to-use software like word processing, games and graphics your kids won't believe, plus a starting price you won't believe. And with easy-to-add options, Junior can grow up real fast. PC Junior, new from IBM.
So we are now into the last day here in Sarajevo of the 14th Winter Olympic Games, and the medal standings up to this point indicate that East Germany and the Soviet Union are in a tie for first place with 24 medals each. East Germany moved into a tie yesterday on the strength of 5 medals, and they, however, are considered to be ahead because they have 9 gold and the Soviet have 5. Finland is in third place with 12 medals. The USA yesterday picked up another one, Rosalind Sumner's silver in the women's figure skating to bring their total to 6. Sweden has 5, and of course they're now going for a bronze medal against Canada. Canada and West Germany have identical records with 4 medals each. It's Canada's best Olympics in 20 years so far. 2 gold, a silver, and a bronze. The 2 gold and the bronze, courtesy Gaetan Boucher, the silver, Brian Orser in figure skating. And to flip over the board and take a look at some of the other standings, Little Liechtenstein is on the board. Andy Wenzel won a bronze in the men's giant slalom, and Ursula Konzut also won a bronze in the women's slalom for them. And the host nation, Yugoslavia, has 1 medal there on the board, courtesy of Yuri Franko, the skier. He won a silver in skiing, and they are hoping today that in the men's slalom that they may be able to pick up a gold or a silver with their favorite here, Bojan Krizaj. There are 3 events left in which medals have to be decided. Hockey, of course, gold, silver, and bronze to be decided. Yet there is another game to come this morning between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. The men's 50-kilometer cross country is still to come, and the men's slalom later in the day. And we will have up-to-date reports on all of those events for you as our Olympic coverage continues. CTV's coverage of the 14th Winter Games from Yugoslavia continues in a moment.
You've got to be good to get to the Olympics. Life Brand Vitamins, an official supplier of vitamins to Canada's Olympic teams, and only one store has them.
Shoppers Drug Mart, we're one.
In every corner of the country, there's someone like Tony Thompson trying to get better. You. So, for all the Tonys and Michaels and Lindas and Kathys, Esso and its agents and dealers in your area got together with the Canadian Amateur Hockey Association to award Esso Medals of Achievement and sponsor Minor Hockey Week. When you want to get better, we're right behind you.
You make us better, you do. Esso.
The Tiger is back. The Uniroyal Tiger Paw Steel Radio is back with Four Seasons Performance. Back to run in the heat and the cold, the dry and the wet, the rain and the snow. Back for 12 months of awesome traction, year upon year. See Uniroyal for the new 12-month Tiger Paw Plus for all seasons steel radials. These are the years of the Tiger.
Carve that powder into ribbons. This is where the freedom begins now. In parallel lines against the snow. And now we're smiling. Yes, we're smiling. Blue smiles along with you.
The score in the first intermission after one period of play, Canada nothing, Sweden nothing. And Ron, shots on goal indicated something. Canada had 7, Sweden had 2 during that first period.
And it probably told the whole story. Quite often the shots on goal clock doesn't, in fact, tell the whole story. But let's take a look at, first of all, some of Canada's offense in this period. There was a little bit of it, and they're not really driving for the net, but there you see Flatley let a shot go. Behind the net, that's Lidster. And they're working inside the Swedish zone now, and they pass out. Kerry Wilson will find Flatley in front as he moves into the slot. Got a good chance, but mishandled it a little bit. And the goaltender was able to make the save. On defense, well, this is defense, turning defense into offense here. A good shift here as they finish off their check very well. That's Muller, number 27, in. The puck comes out in front of the net, and it is turned around, and the Swedes try to get it out of the zone. The defense pinches in, clears it against the boards. This is working very well inside the offensive zone. Now the setup comes as it's dropped out. Tippett, who had faded over to the boards, now stops and fires, and the save is made. So Canada, if Dave King had his druthers on the game, he'd like a goal, but in fact he doesn't. He's got the tie, and his team is playing very well in my mind.
The teams are about to come back out on the ice. CTV's coverage of the 14th Winter Games continues in a moment.
My business is unique.
So, for a small computer, I called IBM.
What's your problem, they asked?
Inventory.
Shipping.
Billing.
Cash flow.
Everything.
And IBM helped me find the best solution for now and when I grow.
And they backed it with IBM service.
Am I glad I got an IBM small computer?
I'm delighted.
You take charge, people taking charge.
And you've made Chevy Cavalier our fastest growing subcompact.
Taking charge in your own way. You're taking charge with Chevrolet.
84 Chevy Cavalier. There's one just right for you. Coupe, sedan, hatchback, or wagon. And a down-to-earth Chevy price from only $72.76. Chevy Cavalier from $72.76.
Price the way you want to pay. You're taking charge with Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the Olympic Ice Hall, Zetra, Canada and Sweden for the bronze medal in a scoreless tie. Canada has not scored a goal here at the Olympics, a span now reaching 141 minutes and 42 seconds. Sweden, on the other hand, has not scored for 89 minutes and 56 seconds. So the second period is underway. We're scoreless here. The puck cleared. Donnelly just reaching for it. Got away from him. Nordin into the corner. Muller bumps into the Swedish player, and it slides out to the center ice zone. Patrick trying to get it to Tippett. Here's Muller to Donnelly. Up ahead, now to Muller. Over the line, spinning around. A shot on the short side is blocked by Rittervall. Into the corner, Oling trying to get the puck out for Team Sweden. Eklund and Gradin also out there. Puck slid off the stick there of Eklund. Donnelly in forechecking. Muller trying to jam that puck loose. And another whistle here in the early going of period number 2.
Oh, Donnelly almost stole that puck off Eklund behind the net, and sitting right in front of the net was number 27, Kirk Muller. He was all by himself, but he got him off the puck. Good forechecking by Donnelly, but he just couldn't get that puck out in front of the net. Muller was all by himself.
Now the face-off. Kerry Wilson is out there for Canada. They'll drop the puck to the right of Rittervall. Wilson got it momentarily. Then it comes out to number 18. That's Peter Hjalm. Hjalm slides it into the Team Canada zone, then got back to get it. Flatley collided with the official. And Lidster at the center ice zone, backhands it into the Sweden zone. And again, it's whistled down. This time the referee calling the offside.
Yes, that's interesting, but really it was a close call. Darren Lowe was anxious to get in a forecheck, and he had 1 foot on the line. I don't think it was offside. The linesman was behind the play. Carradine called it. The referee called the offside.
Now Thomas Rundqvist against Kerry Wilson. The puck slides into the Sweden zone. This is Mats Valtin in behind his own net. Valtin sends it over to Olien. Olien trying to get that lead pass for Rundqvist. It goes right back into the Team Canada area. Touched by Doug Lidster, and we have icing against Sweden. Neither team, while they're a little hesitant to open it up, a very cautious approach to the game. Numerous stoppages in plays, 25 face-offs in the first period. We've played 1 minute and 11 seconds here in period number 2. And again, the face-off will be in the Team Sweden zone. Gagne will move in to take the draw against Lars Håkan Eriksson. Players jump into the circle before the puck is dropped. Now here's Russ Courtnall. Back to Redmond, a shot. And that was just off the target. Sandstrom, he got the puck back to the line. Patrick a drive off the arm of goaltender Rittervall. Kept in by Dineen. Tried to get it to Courtnall. Courtnall then had trouble, and the puck is centered to Gagne, who shoots it back into the Sweden zone. Rittervall out of the net. Puck comes around the boards to Carl Sodergren up on the right side. Sodergren was stopped, and Canada gets it again. Here comes Russ Courtnall over the line. Hit teammate Gagne. A breakaway now. Here's Sodergren right in on goal. A shot. Great save by Mario Gosselin as he got that glove up and made a spectacular save.
Oh my goodness, what a great save. You see him all by himself. Sodergren going in, goes to his forehand, and just coming up with that glove and then breaching down with that open hand. Gosselin makes the stop of the game, really, and the first really good opportunity to score in the hockey game. But that's what you need in games like this. Gosselin coming up with a tremendous save on the breakaway. Canada a little careless handling the puck along the line at the Swedish blue line.
Sodergren still shaking his head after that great save by Mario Gosselin. Now Canada back on the attack, and it's offside at the Team Sweden line. Gosselin into this game with a goals against average of 2.25. Rittervall at the other end, his goals against 2.33. Two respectable goals against averages here in the Olympic Games. Now Muller drops the puck back. Here's a chance for Bruce Driver. Gets a shot, and that bounces off the stick of Leif Nordin. Had just one penalty so far in the game. That was to Donnelly in the first period of play. Now another attempted lead pass for Gradin, and he's offside at the Team Canada blue line.
Teams just unwilling to open up, and we've seen numerous offsides, trying to get that pass, going for icing, holding it against the boards. There have been a great many whistles in the hockey game so far, feeling one another out, except for that breakaway.
An exciting Olympic Games for our Canadian athletes. Canada has won 4 medals, the best Olympics for Canada in 20 years. And Canada here on the verge of coming up with a bronze medal. They need a tie or a victory over Sweden. It would be Canada's first hockey medal since 1968. Now the puck out to the center ice zone. Sweden on the attack again. Number 14 is Eklund. He was stopped, and the puck comes back outside the line to center to Eriksson at number 7. Over to Gradin. Gradin shoots the puck, and then he's hammered against the boards. Bruce Driver, number 25 for Canada. Driver from Toronto, a draft pick of the New Jersey Devils. Now the puck slides to the center ice zone. Jens Oling cleared it in right on, and that's stopped by Mario Gosselin, and he holds on as Oling mixes it up there with Bruce Driver in front of the Team Canada net. Last time Canada won a hockey medal, give you an indication of some of the other competition that year in 1968. Jean-Claude Keeley won all 3 alpine events at the Olympics in Grenoble, France. The Protopopovs were the pairs skating title champions, and Peggy Fleming was the women's singles figure skating champion that year in 1968. Now Canada on the attack. Wilson at the center ice zone. Puck is slapped and brought back by Peter Hjalm. Then he's stopped, and it slides over to Rundqvist. Rundqvist inside his own blue line. We're scoreless as we approach the 3-minute, 25-second mark in the second period. Lowe slaps the puck off the board. Digging in behind the net, Thomas Eklund tried to get it to Rundqvist. Canada forechecking, and the puck comes to Rundqvist up to the center ice zone. Rundqvist backhands it on the left side. Peter Yalm right in front. Loose puck. Comes back to the point. Oh, Olin had trouble with it. Lowe almost broke out at the center ice zone, but that was stopped. For Sweden, Olien get it, and Redmond is there to intercept for Canada to Gagne. Here's Courtnall right in. A shot hit the post. Courtnall bounced that off the goal post. Great scoring opportunity for Russ Courtnall. We're still scoreless as Redmond shoots the puck into the Sweden zone. Sandstrom, he's bumped against the boards by Dineen, and it's slapped down the ice into the Team Canada zone with number 4, Doug Lidster, touching it, icing against Sweden.
Gagne made a sweet little play at the blue line. He just tipped that puck behind his back as the defender came to him, and Courtnall was all by himself, went in, kept the puck in his forehand, tried to get it over the glove hand of the goaltender Rittervall, and hit the post dead on. But the best opportunity for Team Canada in the game after the breakaway of Södergren of Sweden. But each team has now had a breakaway in this second period.
No score between Canada and Sweden, the bronze medal game from the Olympic Ice Hall, Zetra. Two glorious scoring opportunities in the period here. One for Canada, just Courtnall wrapping one off the post. And Södergren had a great chance on a breakaway, stopped by Gosselin, and we have a penalty coming up. Another infraction against Canada, and it'll be a hooking penalty to Bruce Driver. So Driver heads to the penalty box.
Going to the outside, trying to drive around. Driver had a little bit of a problem turning with the Swedish player. Has to get his stick in. You see him turning. He gets a stick in front of him, pulls him down. Hooking penalty against Team Canada, Bruce Driver.
Time of the penalty, 4:36. So Sweden gets another power play opportunity. Driver in the box. From the University of Wisconsin Badgers, where he had 50 points in 39 games last year. Okay, we'll watch Sweden here. Sandstrom has the puck, trying to get it back to Lindblom at the blue line, and that's broken up by Dave Tippett, who has been a standout at the Olympic Games for Team Canada. Great on the face-offs, and his defensive work has been exceptional. Now Lindblom inside his own blue line, feeds a pass. Södergren at center, slapped it over the line to Sandstrom, and that's called on the offside. And now a bit of a mix-up there, and they all mingle in the corner. 1:37 remaining in the penalty to Bruce Driver.
Team Canada in the neutral zone. They're not really forechecking very vigorously when they're shorthanded. They're going in, they're swinging. And in the neutral zone, however, they're coming back and attacking the puck carriers. Soft in the offensive zone, then they're coming back, giving the Swedish team a tough time through the neutral zone, not giving them the blue line. Good opportunity for Team Canada to break up the rush.
Tippett and Eklund move in for the face-off. Won by Tippett, but over the line. Here's a chance now for Oling, forced into the corner. Gradin at the side, he gets a shot, and Gosselin makes the save on Gradin, who has had a standout tournament for Team Sweden here. He has 8 goals in the Olympics, almost had 9 there, but Gosselin makes the save.
He's quick.
Numerous Canadian supporters waving the Canadian flag and cheering, "Let's go Canada." Here's a chance for Nordin. He dumps it into the corner. Eklund, number 14, back to Nordin. Lets the drive go, hit a stick, and just went wide. Another shot by Eriksson, and Gosselin stopped that. Tippett straight up the middle for Canada. Here's Tippett over the Sweden line, trying to barge through the defense. He's hauled down, and Muller has it for Team Canada. He slaps it to center to Craig Redmond. 1 minute remaining in the penalty to Driver as Patrick shoots the puck down the ice. And going back for it for Sweden is Leif Nordin, number 21. Sweden on the power play. The puck comes out to Eklund at center. Eklund to the Team Canada line. Digging into the corner after it is Gradin. Gradin setting up. Peter Gradin gets it back. Now he gets the return pass. Gradin at the top of the circle, drops it in behind the net to Eklund. He gets it back to the point. Here's Nordin, back to Gradin, and he's checked, and Canada clears it to the blue line. Stopped there by Nordin. 25 seconds left in the power play. Here's Gradin to Eklund. Eklund trying to get it in front there for Oling, and it's shot down the ice into the Team Sweden zone. Back for it is Leif Nordin with 15 seconds left in the penalty to Driver. There's no score here in the second period. Now Sweden over the line, Rundqvist, number 11, to Mort, off his stick. Now it's back to the line. Oleana shot, another shot, and that's blocked by Gosselin. The net is off its moorings, and there's another shot, and it's stopped by Gosselin. The referee standing right there with the net off that peg, and he didn't blow the whistle.
Well, he didn't see it, I think, originally on the first shot that Gosselin came across and stopping that puck from the point, and as it came to the second point, the net jumped off its moorings. Whether the traffic in front of the net knocked it off, we don't get a look at it. However, you've seen numerous times in this tournament those little pegs, puck jumping, or the net jumping off its mooring.
So Canada's back at full strength again, killing off a penalty, their second minor penalty of the game. Mort gets a shot. That sails through the crease. Moving up is Eklund. Eklund keeps it in, then he's stopped, and Canada clears it off the boards into the Sweden zone. Low racing after it, and it was just out of reach. Rundqvist let it go. Driver, he feeds the puck over to Doug Lidster. Lidster to the Sweden line. Fanned on the pass, then jammed it off the boards up over the glass and out of play. Canada has killed off 25 of 27 chances, 93% in penalty killing. With the support of the Canadian spectators here at Setra, Canada with a face-off inside the Team Sweden blue line. There's no score. The bronze medal game. And later today on CTV, we'll bring you the game for the gold and silver between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. Lindblom lets the puck go. Now he gets it back again. Two teams at full strength as Lindblom passes up to number 22, Sodergren, up over the Team Canada line, watched by Driver. And Driver knocked the puck away from him. It slides to Eriksson. Eriksson knocked against the board. Still digging after the puck. Canada trying to get it. Courtnall gets it out to the center ice zone. Here's Canada now on the attack. Up over the line, Dineen, and it was knocked off his stick. Eriksson passed it right onto the stick of Kevin Dineen of Canada. Up over the line is Lidster, deep into the corner. Lidster is checked, knocked against the boards, and a collision in front as Gagne slid into goaltender Rittervoll.
Well, Gagne drove right to the net when Driver took the puck behind the net looking for the pass out, and in going to the net, the defenseman taking him, all two of them went into the goaltender, and the three of them knocked the puck, or knocked the net off its moorings.
There's David King, a native of North Battleford, Saskatchewan. Had great success wherever he's coached. The Saskatchewan Junior League, University of Saskatchewan, the WHL with Billings, and of course the World Juniors. And he's done an exceptional job with Jean Perron and George Kingston, the other two coaches of Team Canada here at the Olympic Games. Here's Eklund clearing the puck in front. Gradin backhanding it there, and it's lifted up over the glass by defenseman Craig Redmond.
We saw the same little trick again from Gradin, going around behind the net, turned around and tried to throw the puck back into the slot from the side he went in rather than going around the net. And we see that quite often from the Swedish team. They don't go all the way around and look for a man in the slot. They throw it back out the side they came in.
Now the loose puck, it comes back to the line. Here's Eriksson, a shot. That's blocked. Muller trying to get out. And Tippett gets up slowly after stopping that shot, and he's limping inside the Team Canada line. Redmond slips and falls. Here's Eklund right in front. That bounced off the post. Now it's back to the line again. Nordin, a shot. That's blocked. Moving up for Sweden is Eriksson, and it's rolled to the net and scooped up by goaltender Mario Gosselin, a native of Thetford Mines, Quebec.
Well, the post is part of the goaltender's equipment and his best friend, because I'll tell you, that puck was right off the post from Eklund. In the slot, he let the puck go all in one motion. Tippett going to the bench. Tippett was on the limp, and we don't want to lose Tippett because he's a driving force in this Team Canada team, but he stopped that shot, and it typifies his spirit and the way he plays. He went out, he's diving in front of shots as a forward.
They played 8 minutes and 40 seconds here in the second period. Still scoreless between Canada and Sweden. Rundqvist got the puck back to Peter Hjalm. Then Hjalm is pinned against the boards there and mixes it up with Doug Lidster. Lidster, number 4, 7th round draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks, and Kerry Wilson, number 20, who was telling me right after the Olympics will join the Calgary Flames. Now the puck comes back to the line. There's a drive, stopped by Gosselin, a jam up at the side, and Gosselin there to make the save, and we have a bit of a mix-up in the Team Canada zone. Rundqvist gets in there along with Peter Hjelm.
We're seeing the best sustained pressure that the Swedish team has been able to put on Team Canada. They've had the puck inside the zone here. The wingers for Team Canada have got to break out from that face-off circle and get out to those points a little quicker. They've had a little too much time to shoot the puck from the point.
This game, of course, live from Sarajevo, Yugoslavia, the bronze medal game between Canada and Sweden. We hope you're enjoying the game right across the CTV network across Canada. Here's Lowe coming into the corner. Lowe dropping it back right onto the stick of Peter Hjelm, and then it's slapped to the opposite side. Rundqvist goes after it. Here's Lowe, and he bangs on his shot as he tried to spin around and shoot at the same time. Peter Hjelm shoots the puck and then is bumped against the boards by Doug Lidster. Bouncing puck comes into the Team Canada zone, and Kerry Wilson trying to get that lead pass to number 26, flatly, and it just failed. Now it's cleared in by Driver. Slapped to the opposite side. After it for Canada is Russ Courtnall. Courtnall trying to get it to Dahlin. Here comes Sweden over the line. Sodergren with Rundqvist, and he was stopped just as he crossed the blue line. Now Mort. He collides with the Team Canada player James Patrick with the puck underneath Patrick's knee. We approach the 10-minute mark here in the second period. Early morning game here in Sarajevo, starting at 10 a.m. local time. So it's what, just quarter after 5 a.m. Eastern time in Canada.
Hurry up, Kevin. Karen Dean coming over. That's a minor penalty for delaying the game. Kevin Dineen was doing up his skate lace, which came undone on the ice, and the referee went right over and reminded, but that's a minor penalty for delaying the game.
Canada has had 9 shots and Sweden 8 so far in the hockey game. In this period, Sweden has the edge 6-2. At the side of the net, Matt Tallon now is bumped against the board. Patrick has it in center. Left it there for Courtnall, ahead to Gagne, back to Courtnall, and he couldn't get by the defenseman as Lindblom was back to check him. Here's a chance now for Sandstrom. A shot sailed over the top of the net. Tellin trying to keep it in, but Canada breaks out. Courtnall got to center. Now here's Gagne coming in. Gagne fakes a shot, spins around. Dave Gagne setting up, drops it back. There's a drive right on a loose puck at the side, and Courtnall trying to get the rebound on that drive from Patrick. Sodergren shoots it down the ice. Patrick is back, icing against Team Sweden. And the tempo has picked up considerably here in the second period. At the Olympic Ice Hall in Tetra, this is Bernie Pascal along with Tom Watt. There's no score between Canada and Sweden. Canada needs a tie or a victory to clinch a bronze medal here at the 1984 Olympic Games. Gradin, as he passed the Team Canada line, was all tied up. Now they jam into the corner again. It comes back. Here's Nordin trying to move in front. Nordin is stopped. Loose puck, Eklund's drive, and that was just inches wide of the stick side of Mario Gosselin. Eklund at the blue line. Then he flips it over. Oling is knocked off stride. Donnelly trying to get the puck out and failed. Here's Eklund moving in with Gradin. Gradin right in front. He scores! Peter Gradin scores for Sweden. And for Gradin, his 9th goal of the Olympics. And Sweden goes in front 1-0.
A giveaway inside our own zone. The puck was passed laterally. Then we see Gradin just jumping on the mistake, coming right across to his forehand and jamming it under the outstretched stick of Gosselin, but giving the puck away inside the Team Canada zone. We had possession of the puck. We can't make those lateral passes. It's got to come out. You don't put it across in front of your own net.
First goal of the game, Gradin at 11:21 of the second period. Now here's Patrick back for Canada. Patrick rolls it in front, low a shot, and that was stopped by goaltender Rittervall. And Sweden brings it back out. Peter Hjelm slides it into the Team Canada zone. Patrick Number 9 for Canada, swinging out on the left side. Gradine from Eklund at 11:21, the scoring play. Mort trying to get it. Now Redmond has it for Team Canada. Here's Redmond. Referee Karen Dean is carrying a stick there, and then he hands it to the Team Canada player Patrick while the play is going on.
Well, that was very nice of him.
There's Lowe, number 14, played junior with the North York, Ontario Rangers.
Well, also, Darren Lowe had quite a serious injury to his face, and he hasn't worn until the last game that visor and facial protector. But it takes a little getting used to when you have to use it. You've never used it before, but Darren Lowe has put it on to protect his face.
Now back to the action. Here's Lindblom inside his own zone for Sweden. The two teams at full strength. The pass comes to number 22, Sodergren. He was stopped. Canada brings it back in. Gagne trying to get a shot, and he was hooked by number 12, Eriksson, just as he was attempting the shot. Driver trying to keep it in at the blue line. Driver jamming it against the boards. Now it's backhanded down the ice with Dineen chasing it deep in his own zone. Dineen goes after it. Icing is called against Sweden. So, Tom, the two teams had a cautious approach in the early going. Now with that goal by Gradine of Sweden, what will Canada's approach be?
Well, that's a difficult problem. I mean, the tie still gives them the medal. What do? Do you go all out and maybe get caught forechecking or going too much to the offense, or do you still continue to play it conservatively? I think after not having scored a goal in the last two hockey games and being shut out, I think you've got to try to get a goal. You've got to get a little confidence. You've got to get some offense going. You've got to drive to the net and perhaps take that extra chance at the opposition's blue line. Maybe the third forechecker commit himself if he thinks he's got a better than average chance of keeping the puck in and gaining possession.
So Muller in the face-off position in the Team Sweden zone. Here's Muller trying to jam it loose and does. Rolls it in front. And there to get it for Sweden was Jens Oling, and he shoots it down the ice. Redmond back quickly. Redmond touches the puck, missed the first time, but then got the second opportunity, and it's icing again against Sweden.
It looks like that's what Team Canada's doing. They are going to go after, because James Patrick on that last play, he pressed right down. The puck being iced went by him, but he was moving in to try to get the opportunity when the Swedish team iced the puck. But he's moving in from the line. He's going to become a little more aggressive, trying to get that opportunity at the net.
Canada has now not scored a goal for a period of 154 minutes and 16 seconds. Shut out by the Soviets and Czechoslovakia. And here in this game, they are still scoreless with Sweden. Canada scoreless, that is. Sweden leading 1-0. Eklund shoots the puck into the Team Canada zone. Going after it there was Jens Oling. He's trying to get it. Muller to the blue line was stopped by Gradine. Gradine, who has scored the only goal of the game. Now Donnelly ahead to Tippett. Just out of reach, and Gradine has it inside his own line. That pass behind Eklund, but he takes it in the skates and moves in. Eklund cleared it to an open wing. Donnelly after it for Canada. Here's Donnelly coming up with Patrick. Muller heading for the front of the net. Here's Muller, and he fans on his shot as he was moving in on the left side. For Sweden now, Oling up over the line with Rundqvist. Rundqvist gets a shot. That sails just through the crease and off the target. Keeping it in is Peter Hjalm, and they jam against the boards in front of the Sweden bench. Rundqvist knocks it loose. Driver into the corner after it. He's trying to get the puck loose. Bumped by Tommy Mort. There's Mort, number 16. He's knocked off stride as Driver got a piece of him. Comes back to the line. Oleana's shot. That's off the mark. Tippett after it for Canada, but Rundqvist keeps it in. Here's Peter Hjalm behind the net. He's hammered against the boards, and Lidster brings it out for Canada. Lidster, number 4, swings by Rundqvist. Up over the line, a shot right on, and Rittervall makes the save, and we have another whistle.
Well, it looks like Lidster and the defensemen are going to start going to the attack here, because he lugged the puck all the way down the side, moved right in and let a screamer go. Unfortunately, he didn't have much room to look for the corner as the goaltender came right out and took the angle away from him. But it looks like Team Canada is going to start lugging that puck. The defensemen are going to become a little more offensive-minded. They're going to try to put more shots on the net.
Understand we're experiencing some video and audio problems. The signal, as it reaches the Rome, Italy area, probably, we're told some problems in that area, so we apologize for the audio and video problems, and we hope they're rectified very shortly. Up over the line now. Here's Eriksson trying to jam it in. He's taken into the boards. Flatley for Canada slaps it back to Doug Lidster, and that net knocked away again, and referee Carradine whistles it down, and the linesman goes over to attend, lift that net back into position.
That's very frustrating. I just watched Doug Lidster come off the ice. He was the fellow that had a hold of that puck, and he was starting to move with the puck outside of his own zone. And he's got possession. Team Canada is advancing the puck. All of a sudden, the net jumps off, and the face-off comes all the way back in your own zone. When he went into the bench, he just slammed the gate.
Sweden leading by a score of 1-0 here in the second period. Nordin after the puck, trying to get it in the corner. Redmond got to it for Canada. The two teams at full strength. Now here's Canada on the attack. Up over the line is Wilson, a shot. And that's wide. Patrick trying to keep it in, and does at the blue line. Patrick hit Wilson as he cleared the puck in front of the net. Wilson then collides with Jens Oling. And the puck kicked off a skate into the Team Canada zone where Patrick has it. Patrick ahead to Kerry Wilson. Back to Patrick. Here's Patrick over the Sweden line. Knocked off balance and lost possession of the puck. Gradin. He's checked by Wilson right in front of the Canada bench. Redmond fanned on the pass, then got it back. Redmond in the corner for Canada, number 3. Spins around away from Gradin. Now he brings it straight up the middle. The pass, and it's a two-line pass originating inside the Team Canada blue line, with Flatley taking it over the center line, and the linesman is hurt on the far side. He's down on the ice.
Yes, he looks like he took a shot against the boards there. He's bent over holding his stomach or his chest. Everybody is going over to take a look at him here. As he's down, the game is being held up.
Canada and Sweden have met a total of 10 times in the Olympic game competition, and Sweden has never defeated Canada in the Olympics. The last time they played was at the Olympics of 1968. Canada won the game then 3-0.
Carradine is saying here that Flatley hit the referee, or hit him intentionally. I don't know what the signal was that he gave, but he's put Flatley in the box. He went right over to the Team Canada bench. Here we see Flatley turning away, bumping into the official as he goes by. It didn't look to be intentional. There we see the Swedish player skating by, and then the linesman goes down. But Carradine came over and has put Flatley in the box. He is calling him for a penalty. Flatley just puts his hands up in the air when he goes inside the box. But Carradine came over and talked to the linesman when he was bent over, and then went over to the Team Canada bench and put Flatley in the penalty box. In fact, they're waving him now that he's being thrown out of the game. They're putting him into the dressing room.
A match penalty, I believe, to Flatley for bumping with the West German linesman, Bernd Schneider, who's being attended to at the Sweden bench. It seemed innocent enough. There it is. He's saying he got an elbow from Flatley.
Well, to get a game suspension for that, to send him to the room and out of the hockey game for something like that, which is a very minor thing. In fact, it doesn't. He touched him when he went by. He may have, but it didn't look like there was anything intentional. But to be thrown out of the game for a play like that is pretty severe.
Well, there's the referee, Carradine. There's another look at it, Tom. Okay, there's...
Okay, he pushed his glove inside his chest as he went by, and he's being thrown out of the game, but it didn't look like he high-sticked him or elbowed him. He did push him with the glove on the way by, but game suspension in a hockey game like this, that means a medal, pretty tough.
Do you think it was the glove or the elbow? He seemed to maybe give him a bit of an elbow there. So Flatley is being tossed out of the game.
Well, you know, compared with the final play when we saw the Soviet Union in one of his compatriots there, when we saw Fedosov, the captain of the team, just take the two-hander right over the shoulder of Gagne in the last minute of the last game, and nothing was even said, a 2-minute minor penalty. That looks to be a little difficult.
So we played 15 minutes and 19 seconds here in the second period. Sweden on a goal by Gradin, leading by a score of 1-0. And Flatley has been ejected from the game after bumping with the West German linesman, Bernd Schneider. So the play underway now. Lidster in his own zone, watched by Peter Yalm. It's slapped to Bruce Driver. Driver inside his own blue line, got it down the ice, and going back for it for Sweden is Rundqvist. Rundqvist gets it to the center ice zone. Lidster for Canada, brings it back in. Now it's cleared back to Bruce Driver. Driver inside his own line for Canada. To Muller off his stick. Muller gets it back, and here's Canada now on the attack. Muller coming in with Tippett and Donnelly. Back to Muller. Muller moving in front. His shot. And that hit a stick and just sailed wide. Donnelly trying to clear it and hit the referee, Carradine. And we have 4 minutes left to play. Here's Donnelly clearing it in front. Muller is dumped as he headed for the net. And the fans, the Canadian supporters, upset about that. Here's Donnelly now at the blue line. He collides with Tommy Moort. Up over the line is Muller. He gives it to Tippett. Tippett rolls it in front, and it went wide. Rundqvist into the corner. Rundqvist lifts the puck high. Driver blocks it at the blue line with Peter Hjalm after him. Now it's shot into the Team Sweden line, and Canada changes on the fly. Sweden leading Canada 1-0. Here's a chance now for number 22, Sodergren, but the puck just got away from him. Redmond behind his own net, leaves it for Patrick. Patrick gets a pass. Wilson at center, going into the Sweden line, and back quickly to cover up was Lars Eriksson. Lowe gives it to Redmond, back to Patrick. Wilson up over the line now for Canada. Lowe trying to get the puck. He's knocked against the boards. Lindblom at the side. To Tellin, back to the line. Patrick's shot, and that just sailed high over the top of the net. At the side now, Lowe trying to get it. It comes back to Craig Redmond. Redmond for Canada spins around, trying to set up here. Here's Redmond moving in front, trying to get a shot back to Wilson. Wilson is covered. Digs after the puck, takes it in behind the net, and there's a collision in front. Interference penalty, I believe, against Sweden. Or is it Lowe? Lowe was hammered against the net, and he's getting up slowly. An interference penalty has been indicated by the referee, Yuri Carradine, but no one is headed to the penalty box. Now he's waving someone there, and I think it's Eriksson.
Yes, Eriksson is the man that's going off for interference, but he was a little slow in making the call or chasing the player to the bench. But Team Canada, this is very important here. The Team Canada, after that bad penalty to Flatley, after that penalty, keeping their heads, staying in the game. They've lost a hockey player that's important to their team, but they've got to keep going.
So Eriksson in the penalty box for Sweden for interference at 17:24. Sweden leading Canada 1-0. Power play opportunity for Team Canada. Gradin clears the puck down the ice into the Canadian zone. Lidster takes it from goaltender Mario Gosselin. Now he sets up on the power play. The pass just failed on the left side to hit Courtnall. Now Gagne gets it. Gagne gives it to Driver, gets the return pass. Now he comes up to the Sweden line. Here's Gagne back to Donnelly. Donnelly setting up. Lidster gets the pass, slaps it off the boards. Donnelly, number 23 for Canada. Back to Lidster. Lidster sends it over. Driver had trouble with it. Now he lets it go right on. Rittervall stops that. And after it for Sweden is Eriksson. He lifts it. Driver keeps it in at the blue line. Gives it to Donnelly right in front. And Courtnall just failed to get that. As the puck is shot down the ice into the Team Canada zone. 1:08 left in the penalty. Donnelly inside his own line. Canada is 4 for 17 on the power play in the Olympics. Here's a chance now. Patrick drops it back. Tippett didn't see the pass, and it's cleared down the ice with Driver chasing it inside his own blue line. 50 seconds left in the power play. Canada looking for the equalizer. Kerry Wilson brings it over the line, and Patrick is just a stride inside the blue line on the offside.
Driver having the best opportunity so far in this power play to get that direct shot on the net. And this is what Team Canada has to do when they've got the power play. Don't be too fancy inside that zone. We haven't scored in so long. Get the puck to the point. If they're giving you that shot, put it on the net and let's everybody go to the net and we'll whack one in. But let's put the puck on the net. Let's not move it around indefinitely without getting a good opportunity on goal.
Very determined young Canadian Olympic team, well disciplined. You know, one has to have a great deal of admiration for the players and coaches, you know, especially considering the situation there with Flatley after bumping the linesman, or apparently bumping the linesman, and given the match penalty. They've held their composure. A credit to Canada, this young Canadian Olympic team. They're down in this game 1-0, but they're on a power play with 30 seconds left in this power play. Here's Muller coming over the Team Sweden line. Muller spins around, then was stopped by Peter Hjalm, and Sweden brings it back up into the Canadian zone. Rundqvist into the corner. He's bumped by Patrick. Wilson then sent the puck back to Patrick. 10 seconds left in the power play, 45 seconds left in the second period. Driver trying to get the pass to Tippett, then he collides heavily at the center ice zone, and he gets up slowly as he bumped with Peter Hjalm. And the penalty, the offside call there, as the penalized player, Eriksson, had stepped on the ice and touched the puck over the center red line.
Driver got up very slow on that last play, and he's trying to skate it out. He looks like he hurt his knee or his leg. He's bent over a little bit. He's staying on the ice. He's moving around before he goes to the box. Just trying to work it out a little bit. Bent over coming to the box.
There's Lowe. Face off in the team Sweden zone. It rolls to the side of the net. Rittervall stopped it there, left it for Mats Tellin. And it comes out to the center ice zone. Redmond trying to get it there. Sodergren goes after it. And Canada gets possession. Here comes Donnelly. A long shot from center. A stick save by goaltender Rittervall. 15 seconds left to play in the second period. Here's Lowe at center. Drops it back to Lidster. Lidster shoots the puck. It's off the stick of Mats Tellin at the Sweden line. Lidster, 3 seconds left. Then it's backhanded off the boards. And the horn goes to end the second period of play. Just one goal in that period. Canada outshot Sweden 8-7. So after 2 periods, Canada 15 and Sweden 9 shots. The only goal scored by Peter Gradin.
Team Canada has to go after a goal. Not only is the goal important, at least one goal to get close enough to get the tie, but it's very important psychologically. They've been off the score sheet too long. They've got to get a goal.
So coverage of the 14th Winter Olympics will continue in a moment.
When you're feeling up and your friends are near, get a Labatt's Light, all you want in a beer. Now ain't that right? Labatt's Light on ice tastes light and smooth, and goes down so nice, so nice, so nice. Get a Labatt's Light.
When IBM personal computer owners look for good software, where can they turn? To IBM for programs that help you keep up with modern times. Business programs, entertainment, productivity, education, and more. The variety you want with the quality you expect in the growing library of IBM personal computer software. A well-balanced selection at a store near you.
It was just another stop in just another town until they breezed in. New arrivals, coats and suits from Sears. 1/3 off, one day only, Thursday, February 23rd. There'd be other trains other days, but somehow I knew February 23rd was the one I'd remember.
The Honda Magna. It's made its mark from the power of the V65 to the style of the V45. And now, the new V30 Magna, a liquid-cooled 500cc V4. Lean, low, and affordable. Catch it while you can. Honda.
The score at the end of the second period, Sweden 1, Canada nothing. Canada needs a tie or a win to pick up that bronze medal. So you can imagine there is a lot of consultation going on right now in that dressing room between Dave King and the Canadian players. One of the most fascinating areas of Sarajevo is the old market. It's been there since the Turkish caravans gathered there hundreds of years ago. Helen Hutchinson tells us about the market area.
Sarajevo is a city of great contrast. We just parked our van on the main street just behind me, and I've walked down here, and it's like going back 400 years in time. I'm in the heart of the old market. They start to drift in here very early in the morning. People with things to sell, people who may or may not want to buy, and people who just want to stand about and be sociable. There are very few stalls. A blanket or a piece of plastic thrown down on the snow means its owner has set up shop. Then they stand there passively, eyeing the crowd. The moment they spot a glimmer of interest, even a faint flicker, they start selling, haggling back and forth. It's been done that way for centuries, and they're good at it. You could buy just about anything here. Old shoes, new shoes, leather coats, wool, auto parts, live chickens. There are women with beautifully made sweaters, lace tablecloths, and mittens. And you can buy new children's underwear or old kitchen taps. For a tourist, it's an exotic mix of sights, sounds, and smells. And best of all, it's the only part of the old market not filled with swarms of souvenir hunting tourists in ski jackets.
Alan Hutchinson in the Old Market. CTV's coverage of the 14th Winter Olympic Games from Sarajevo will continue in a moment.
Pontiac 6000 STE, a special touring edition built to take on the world's best. Head of the Pontiac 6000 family of front-wheel drive coupes, sedans, and wagons, among 1984's best-selling mid-size cars. Pontiac builds excitement.
No matter how many of you come to Harvey's, no matter how often or when, your hamburger doesn't start charbroiling until you arrive. It's not preheated and waiting for you in a box. Only you can garnish it to your taste. The Harvey's hamburger. It's made to order and costs very little, and that's gotta be beautiful.
Harvey's makes your hamburger a beautiful thing.
Canada won, Canada 0 rather, Sweden 1 at the end of the second period. And Ron Roosh will have highlights of the second period of play for us very shortly. Right now, we're going to take a look at some of Ken Danby's work. Over the past 12 days of these Olympics, he's been doing watercolors for us. They will tour 3 Canadian cities, ending up in Calgary for the 1988 Games. Let's have a look at the entire series right now, run through them one by one. His first painting when he came to Sarajevo captured the essence of this city, the old and the new combined, with the Malatka River flowing through the center of town. You see the minarets, the mosques, the city surrounded by the mountains. And the minaret towering above a view of Trebevic, which flows right down into the city. And this watercolor takes us right down into the Old Market and to the water fountain. The Canadian team marching in at the opening ceremonies, Gaetan Boucher carrying the flag, the 4th largest delegation. Did anybody think at that time that Gaetan was going to do as well as he has done? 2 golds and a bronze. A moment of triumph for Canada's hockey team. That first game, remember it? Canada 2, Canada 4, United States 2. And as we move to the right here, you'll see a picture of the dejected U.S. goalie near the end of the game. Gaetan Boucher. And here, Ken Danby captures dynamism in motion, as well as the intense concentration and the determination on the face of that young speed skater, now Canada's greatest Olympian. Like everyone else here, Ken went to see the figure skating competitions. And this is his rendering of the Canadian team of Paul Martini and Barbara Underhill. He also went up to Mount Trebevic to the bob run. This is a painting of Canada's sled, during the two-man bob event. And then to the ski jump competition. The 70 meters and the 90 meters yesterday. This is Horst Bühlau, crouching over his skis, soaring for that long jump. The blue-gray sky of Sarajevo behind him. Now, if you would like any of these pictures, here is where you make your bid. Olympic Series, Labatt's Calgary office, 11012 McLeod Trail South, South Center Executive Tower, Calgary, Alberta, T2J 6A5. And remember, all of the money collected from those bids will be going to the Olympic Trust to assist Canada's athletes for the Games in Los Angeles and, of course, for the 1988 Games coming up in Calgary. And our thanks to Ken Danby for those wonderful colors. 3 Canadian cities will be seeing them, Toronto, Vancouver, and they'll be ending up in Calgary. Ron Roosh will be along with second period highlights of the game between Canada and Sweden for the bronze medal. CTV's coverage of the 14th Winter Olympics continues in a moment.
It was just another stop in just another town until Bay breezed in. New arrivals, coats and suits from Sears. 1/3 off, one day only, Thursday, February 23rd. There'd be other trains, other days, but somehow I knew February 23rd was the one I'd remember.
Balance. An Olympic gymnastics champion grows up with it, works with it, depends on it. In your personal insurance planning, Crown Life can help strike the right balance between protection and financial growth. Crown Life specializes in helping people achieve the right balance between protection for their family and assets and maximizing their investment potential. Crown Life, official insurer of the Canadian Olympic team.
I'm moving out of here, cutting up with some good times, a long, long way from here. Me and the boys and our 50. Me and the boys and our beer.
Smooth, easy drinking 50.
Moving.
What a beer to share.
Taking charge with Canada's lowest price compact, 7147, 84 Chevy Citation 2. Citation 2, the versatile front drive with small car fuel economy. Big car room for cargo or a crowd. All for a price that's really down-to-earth Chevrolet. Canada's lowest for a compact, 7147, 84 Chevy Citation 2. For a limited time, it even comes with a GM security blanket, the 3-year continuous protection plan at no extra cost.
Sweden 1, Canada nothing as we approach the third period at Zetra Olympic Hall here in Sarajevo. Ron Roosh is back with us. That has got to be one of the silliest penalties ever handed out by that Soviet referee in international hockey.
Well, we can't read intent. I agree with you, Lloyd. It did not look very good at all. We've seen some very strange things happen in Olympic and World Hockey Championship play. That one kind of ranks with some of the other ones. But it was a kind of a period for Team Canada that I think lacked a little intensity, and they got themselves in trouble from about the 7-minute mark of the period through to about the middle of the period, and they paid the price and gave up the only goal of the hockey game so far. The problems came in the end. Canada tried to clear the puck a couple of times. That's Donnelly with the puck here, and this is the one that cost him. He hit the heel of the skate of Tippett. The puck winds up on the stick of Eklund. The defenseman driver goes for Eklund and leaves Gradin all alone. He goes in, makes a good move around Gosselin, and that made it 1-0, and that's the way it stands. And this is the problem that Flatley had. He went to the penalty box first, and then they disqualified him from the rest of the hockey game. You'll see why. It was an offside at the line. The German referee, Schneider, he brushes by Schneider. Was there intent there or not? I've looked at it 6 or 7 different times. I can't see any intent. If there were intent, why didn't he give him a little bit of the stick as well? Obviously, there's nothing projecting there but the glove. I've heard of players taking dives. I've never seen an official take a dive, but perhaps that was the case in this one. Intent We can't read people's minds, but it just looked like a terrible penalty to be called.
Well, we've got to get that goal now, Ron.
Third period has been Canada's period in this tournament. I'm not really that worried. We'll see, though.
Okay. CTV's coverage of the 14th Winter Olympic Games will continue with the third period from Zetra Hall in a moment.
We'd like to give you a quick demonstration of the IBM DisplayWriter Office System. It lets you type, edit, and file electronically. It points out misspelled words and the correct alternatives. It can be used as a computer, and it can send information to whoever needs it. The IBM DisplayWriter helps you get your job done so quickly, it helps you look good.
You're reaching for the finish line. You dig down deep inside to find
You've really gotta want it.
the strength that you need, the will to succeed. This is it. It's for him and for you, for you.
Hey, I'm proud of you, really proud. A Coke.
The biggest taste we cannot do.
Great race. Who's your coach? My dad.
Background, the teams are about to come back on the ice. That is Zetra Olympic Hall in the background. The teams are just now coming back on the ice. It's Sweden 1, Canada nothing. We need that one goal, of course. We might remind you that we'll also be watching the game for gold and silver a little later. That's between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. We'll also have a couple of other events today, including the men's slalom, which still has to be run off, and another cross-country race. We will also have for you later today the closing ceremonies. That comes at approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll see all of the teams again march into Zetra Hall, a speech by the president of the International Olympic Association, and the national anthems, and one of those anthems will be Canada's in honor of the 1988 Games to be held in Calgary. Let's go now to Zetra and Bernie Pascal and Tom Watt for the third period.
Thanks very much, Lloyd. And as you mentioned, the only scoring play of the game, Peter Gradin scoring in the second period. We've had 4 penalties, 3 of them to Team Canada, including the gross misconduct penalty to Flatley when he bumped with the West German linesman Schneider. Gradin from Eklund. Gradin's 9th goal of the Olympics at 11:21. So as we get set to start the third period of play, Canada has not scored in 161 minutes and 42 seconds. Both teams have hit the post in this game. Courtnall for Canada and Eklund for Sweden. 2 goaltenders have played well. Rolf Rittervall of Sweden and Mario Gosselin, once again, an integral part of Team Canada, led by head coach Dave King. Talking to number 9, that's James Patrick, a first-round draft pick of the New York Rangers. There's Rittervald, slapped by Peter Gradin. The referee, Yuri Karandin of the Soviet Union. Canada needs a tie or a victory to clinch the bronze medal. And good morning to everyone across Canada. We hope you're enjoying the unprecedented hockey coverage on CTV. The decisive games in the hockey medal round. This game for the bronze, and then we'll follow it up. The game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union for the gold. Third period is underway as Patrick clears the puck off the boards. Going after it is Wood, and it's whistled down. Karandin waving his arms frantically outside the blue line.
Well, Muller had straddled that line. I mean, this is getting to be a little bit of a difficult call here. Karandin called that from behind the play. The linesman was not on the line, and Muller had straddled the line. He was not offside, but Karandin was not in the position to call the offside himself.
Got to question that. You've got 2 linesmen. Leave that job to them. Here's Muller coming over the line, a backhand shot, and that was off the target. Redmond slapping the puck. After it for Sweden, that's Leif Nordin. He's trying to jam it out of the corner there. Canadian players get in, and he's knocked to the ice as Wood, one of the Team Canada players in that corner.
Well, with the loss of Flatley, going now with Lowe and Wilson, Donnelly is going to play on the side. taking Flatley's place. And the Flatley loss for the gross misconduct penalty is a big loss for Team Canada because he's one of the big goal scorers that they've got on the team, and they haven't been able to score goals, so they need his ability here, but they're not going to have it.
Now Lowe backhands the puck into the corner. This is Kerry Wilson, number 20 for Canada. Peter Yalm got a piece of him and knocks him to the ice. Here's Donnelly chasing it deep into the opposite corner, trying to get it back to Doug Lidster, who's played well defensively for Canada in this game. Donnelly outside the line, gives it to Lidster. He slaps it in. It hits the referee, Carandine. And it's Rundqvist trying to get that pass ahead to Peter Yalm. Yalm backhands it into the Team Canada zone. This is Lidster after it there. Loose puck in front, and here's Canada on the attack. Lowe at center, coming in with Driver, a long shot. And Rittervall kicks that up. Driver dumps it in front, and it's right onto the stick of Tommy Mort. Mort gets a pass on the left side. Peter Yalm reached out, just failed to get it. Patrick slapping it there right to the Team Sweden player. It comes back to the line. A drive by Tellin hit a skate and goes wide. Now Patrick got it out to the center ice zone, where it's cleared right back into the Team Canada corner. This is Sandstrom. Sandstrom bumped into the boards there by Driver. Now they all get in there. The puck is held for a whistle. We've played 1 minute and 33 seconds of the third period. Change in linesman here in the third period. I noticed that Tadicek of Czechoslovakia is out there, so obviously Snyder is in a bit of pain after being bumped by Flatley. So a change of linesman. Snyder out of the game, and Jan Tadicek of Czechoslovakia has replaced him for the third period. Here's Patrick now at center. Slides the puck. Here's a breakaway now. Gosselin comes away out of the net. Knocked it off the stick of Sodergren, who goes after it. Cleared it in front. And a chance there for Sandstrom, but it just deflected wide. Courtnall gets the pass ahead to Dineen. Coming up with Gagne over the line. Here's Dineen moving to the slot. Trying to get a shot, and the puck is knocked off his stick. And Sweden comes right back. This is Eriksson over the Team Canada line. Bumped by Kevin Dineen. They jam into the corner trying to knock the puck loose, and we get another stoppage in play.
Team Canada has to get something going here. They have to do something to drive to the net. They've got to get one that goes off an elbow, or they've got to get some confidence here. One of them has to go in the net for them, and if they get one, then that'll give them the goal scoring. Goal scoring is in your head as much as it is in your shot. And they've got to have one go in the net. I'm sure the longer they stay off the score sheet, the more frustrated they get. But if they get one, they're liable to get a few more.
Well, the better part of 3 games now, Canada has not scored a goal. Lidster behind his own net, number 4. Lidster, watched by Jens Holing, clears the puck to the center ice zone. Wood goes after it. Here's Lidster moving in. Lidster directs the shot towards the goal. It hit a skate and goes wide. Now Sweden trying to get it in their own zone. Kurt Muller is bumped against the boards. The puck slides. Here's Gradin trying to dig it loose, and he's knocked against the boards. The exodus of Swedish players to the NHL ranks, they tell me, averages about 7 players per year. It's amazing, though, Tom. The Swedes always come back with a strong team, and they have another strong team here at the Olympic Games. Although they've been having problems scoring, too.
They have a good organization. They're able to get the best players that they have together and train as a team more often. Their organization in Sweden is the big part of their hockey program.
Gary Wilson for Canada with Donnelly. Here's Patrick getting set, a shot. And that sailed just over the top of the net. Olien, number 10 for Sweden, trying to get it out. Helped out by Rundqvist. Got it to the line, but that was it. Here's Wilson in the corner. He's checked by Rundqvist. Lowe trying to get it. Redmond moves up, takes it deep into the corner. Lowe cleared it right in front, and it comes out to center to James Patrick. Patrick of Canada swinging around the center ice zone, then backhands it off the boards. Here's Donnelly going in after it. Donnelly collides heavily with Olien, and Sweden scoops it up and comes racing right back. Up to center ice. This is Peter Yalm over the line, and that's broken up. Lowe had it roll off his stick. And Sweden decides just to shoot it in as Matt Faltin cleared it into the corner. Driver trying to dig it loose there with Donnelly, and they get a whistle as we approach the 3-minute, 29-second mark of the third period. Team Canada, after this game today, of course, concluding the Olympics, they'll move on to Paris tomorrow. And they have a couple of exhibition games lined up from teams from Germany and teams from the Soviet Union. So they'll spend a few days in France before returning home to Canada.
I notice Kerry Wilson now is beginning to get double duty. He comes back on the ice. He's taking time with his own unit, and now he's coming back here to play with Gagne, trying to get the big scorer in there to get that goal to equalize.
Now Lindblom at the center ice zone for Sweden. Clears it over to Mats Talon. Talon, number 2, lifts it into the Team Canada zone, and Driver after it there. At the side, Gosselin makes the save. What a chance there for Sandstrom as he tried to jam it in on the short side. But Gosselin got over quickly to cover up. Here's Sodergren. Sodergren trying to come in front. And back to get the puck is Russ Courtnall. Courtnall of the Victoria Cougars of the WHL clears the puck to center. Fired in by Gagne. Gagne from Brantford of the Ontario Hockey League. Now he's pushed against the boards. The other forward is Deneen. They try to get the puck out of that corner, and it's whistled down. The only goal of the game in the second period, Peter Gradin scoring for Sweden at 11:21. There's Tadicek, the Czechoslovakia linesman who has replaced Bernd Schneider here in the third period. First of a big hockey doubleheader on CTV, your Canadian Olympic station. This game, and then we'll follow it up with the game between Canada or Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. Canada going for a bronze medal here. They need a tie, at least a tie, to clinch a bronze medal. Patrick. They played 4.5 minutes now in the third period. This is Leif Nordin behind his own net, up on the right side. Redmond going to center to get the puck, and it slides into the Team Canada zone. Patrick goes back, touched at the side of the net by Redmond as Patrick overskated it, and it's icing against Team Sweden.
I can't remember an international game where we had as many icing calls and offsides and stoppages against the boards. Usually in the international game there are less whistles there are in North America, but it seems like there have been many whistles in the hockey game today.
Could be an Olympic record. Face-off will be to the right of goaltender Rittervall. The two teams at full strength. Here's a chance now for Canada. Redmond backhanding it there. Now he swings around on a shot. Rittervall had to make the save there. Eriksson trying to get the puck. Got it to the blue line. Here's Tippett's drive off the glove of goaltender Rittervall. Good chance there by Dave Tippett. Now it's slapped out to center. Tippett shoots it in, a delayed offside at the Team Sweden blue line. At the Olympic Ice Hall, Zetra in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. Bernie Pascal, along with Tom Watt and our CTV crew. Sweden leading Canada by a score of 1-0 on a goal by Peter Gradin. Inside the line now. Eklund got the puck out to the center ice zone. Here's Brunqvist having little trouble with it. Now he gets a shot that's off the target. Bruce Driver for Canada. Driver. Now it's knocked away at the center ice zone. Sweden gets it again, and it's brought in by Rundqvist. Rundqvist, number 11, trying to get by Lidster, who chases him, knocks him against the boards. Peter Hjelm in there as well. He's bumped by Kerry Wilson. The puck is loose. Hjelm comes up with it, trying to get it in front to Tommy Mort. Now the Wilson slams the Team Sweden player Mort to the ice, and he'll get a penalty.
It looks like it's going to be a cross-checking penalty as he put Mort to the ice inside his own zone, fighting for it. There you see him getting the stick up, and going off the ice for cross-checking is Kerry Wilson, and that's another score. We've got to keep these scorers on the ice. I'm beginning to wonder now, Denyo hasn't seen any ice time today, and of course he's a very good offensive player for Team Canada, but he hasn't been on the ice once. He's been sitting on the bench with a towel around his neck, but I think we have to start getting the offensive players in. We've got to put some pressure on Team Sweden. Time is just getting short.
So Wilson for cross-checking at 5 minutes and 40 seconds of this third period. Puck slapped down the ice. Muller racing for it. Rittervall away out of the net. Canada man short. Wilson in the penalty box for cross-checking as Sweden on the attack now. That's Eriksson clearing the puck up over the line. Sodergren and Sandstrom heading towards the side of the net. Eriksson in the slot. There's a drive deflected in front, and it's high over the glass and out of play. While we have a moment, we'd like to salute Canada's Olympic Team Committee, headed by Chairman Sam Pollock, who has been here supporting the Canadian Olympic team. Of course, Sam directed Montreal Canadiens to 9 Stanley Cups. An integral part of this Canadian program, and we'd also like to salute John Hudson, Doug Kelcher of Labatt's, who have been a big booster of our Canadian Olympic team. .130 left in the penalty to Kerry Wilson as Tippett has the puck. He's dumped at center. They get away with that. Here's Sweden setting up now on the power play. Lindblom clears it to the corner. Muller trying to get to it. Driver kicks it. Lindblom trying to keep it. And Tippett slaps it ahead. And he's spun around as the puck slides into the Team Sweden zone. Eriksson bumped against the boards. 1:05 left in Wilson's minor penalty. Sweden leading Canada 1-0 on a goal by Gradin. This is Mats Tallon in the corner. Tallon watched by number 22, Dan Wood of Canada. Canada forechecking here, trying to nullify the scoring attack of Sweden, but they bring it in over the Team Canada line. Here's Eklund behind the net. Eklund drops it back. Eriksson shot, he scores! And Sweden goes in front 2-0. The drive from Eriksson.
Sodergren was the person in front of the net. He just moved in front and changed direction on the point shot. The puck coming back from the point. Canada in their box. The puck comes through. There you see him keeping his stick on the ice. It's Sodergren that tips that puck by. He was the fellow that had the breakaway earlier in the hockey game. There he just changes the direction. Gosselin was moving to the far point post, and the change of direction caught him going back in the short side.
So Sodergren gets the 2-second goal for Team Sweden. They're announcing Eriksson, but Eriksson shot the puck. And as Tom indicated, a perfect deflection in front by Sodergren. And it's 2-0 for Sweden. We played 6:59 here in the third period. There's another shot by Eriksson. Redmond in front of his own goal. Now here comes Redmond, trying to get the pass to Dineen, who stumbled just as he reached the center line. And this is whistled down on an offside play. Sweden has never defeated Team Canada in the Olympic competition. Last time they played Canada at the Olympics was 1968. Canada won 3-0.
I like that, Kirk Muller. I'm just looking at the Team Canada bench here. He went up and down the bench, and he was patting everybody and yapping at everybody, trying to get them going here.
Now they play in the Team Sweden zone. 7 minutes and 25 seconds gone in the third period. The pass comes to center ice. This is Jens Oling up over the line, and Lidster has it for Team Canada. Lidster trying to get it up to Gagne, who spun around. Nordin in his own zone, forced back by Gagne. Nordin gets a pass on the left side to Bo Eriksson. Eriksson up over the line to Eklund, coming in, trying to get it in front to Oling, and Lidster brings it back for Canada. Here's a chance now. Over the line goes Gagne. Gagne tied up by Eriksson, who has a bear hug on him right in front of the referee. He still won't let him go. Now he's going to send both players on. Gagne was grabbed by Eriksson, who would not let him go, and the referee was standing right there. Then he turns around and sends them both on. Well, you have to question that. There's no reason for that type of officiating.
Well, it was a little slow. There's no question about that, but it's very important. Come on, Team Canada. You're 2 shots away, 2 shots on the net that have to go in. Come on now, boys. We've got to keep going to that net. We're down 2 goals here. It's important that we get that tie for the medal, but time's running out. We've got to go to the net. We've got to put everything there. We've got to keep shooting that puck. 2 shots away.
So Gagne in the penalty box. They have not put the Sweden penalty up there, but they definitely got one too. Eriksson now is added to the board. We've played 8 minutes and 10 seconds here in the third period. It's Sweden leading Canada 2-0. Here's Brunqvist over the line, bumped by Patrick. Trying to help out is Peter Hjelm, and Kerry Wilson has the puck. Gagne for roughing, Eriksson for holding. That is surprising. Why didn't he call the holding penalty before the roughing call? There's Hjelm trying to take the puck loose. Patrick has it for Canada. Patrick coming straight up the middle, has Donnelly at the opposing blue line, brings it over. Patrick rolls it in front, and it's off a stick. Wilson, number 20 for Canada. Here's Wilson coming right in front. A shot, and Rittervall stopped that on the backhand. Wilson still digging after it. Has Donnelly in front. Got it back to Lidster. Lidster setting up, directs a shot. It's knocked down, and there's a mix-up in front, a tripping penalty. Lidster is upset, but I think the penalty is going to Canada, to Donnelly.
That's not the way to get back in the hockey game. A tripping penalty inside that zone. Donnelly, broken with stick, is going to the penalty box. And as you're shorthanded, the last opportunity that Team Sweden had, they capitalized on that power play. Now Donnelly's going, and his time's running out here with a little more than 11 minutes to go in the game, having to kill a penalty for 2 minutes. That's not the way to get back in the hockey game.
There's the Soviet referee, Yuri Karandin. And Canada, with that penalty now to Donnelly, will play a man short. Eriksson with the coincidental minors with Gagne in there as well. Tripping penalty. They announce here Donnelly, the Canadian other penalty. That's how they announce it.
Tripping is the call, however.
8:57, the time of the penalty. There's the Canadian captain, Dave Tippett, who apparently is heading for the Hartford Whalers after the Olympic Games.
Well, the confusion at the board is that on the first Canadian penalty and the coincidental penalties, that the people in the score box didn't put them up simultaneously, and there's a difference in 5 seconds on the scoreboard of the first penalties, but they're going to have to correct that. They'll both come out at the same time, but they started one clock 5 seconds after the other.
Now Tippett getting set for the draw against Lars Eriksson just outside of the Team Sweden blue line. And it slides now to Lindblom. Lindblom gives it to Mats Tellin. Tellin to Sodergren. Back to Tellin over the Team Canada line, watched by Patrick. Here's Lindblom setting up. Canada 2-man short. Tellin gets it back. Lindblom fakes a shot. There's a drive knocked down by defenseman Doug Lidster. He's been a standout. Tippett now on the left side for Canada. He's hauled down, and a penalty to Sweden. He's calling cross-checking.
Well, certainly the dump was occurred there and was forced. You see Tippett going through here. He's being tripped up by Eriksson coming back with him, and now we're going to be even sides. That's a big call for Team Canada, because they would have had to have been killing a penalty for another minute and 30 seconds, and with Eriksson going off, now we're even sides. We've got a better chance to get back in the ballgame.
So Eriksson is the penalized player. They're calling it cross-checking. You saw in the replay that, as Tom points out, it was definitely a trip, but it is a penalty to Sweden. 9:24. Sweden leading the score by a score of 2-0. Sodergren and Gridin have been the goal scorers. Later today on CTV, we'll bring you the game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union for the gold and silver medals. Now Sweden on the attack. Up over the line, number 9, that's Mats Valtin. Valtin back to Rundqvist. The Valtin lets a shot go, and Gosselin stops that. Tippett gives it to Doug Lidster. Lidster from Kamloops, British Columbia. Out there with Tippett from Moosomin, Saskatchewan, who takes the pass on the left side. Back to Lidster. Into the corner. This is Olean jammed against the boards, and he falls with Tippett. Gagne's back on the ice with Eriksson. They've successfully killed their minor penalty.
All right, Kerry Wilson coming back on the ice now, and we have to get as many people as we can that can score goals on the ice. Daigneault still hasn't. Daigneault has to get on that ice as well here. We need some offensive thrust here. We've got to go to the net here. We're halfway through the third period, down 2 goals. We've got to get 2 goals in 10 minutes.
So the play in the Team Sweden line. This is Nordin after the puck. He gives it to Bo Eriksson. Eriksson dumps it out. Number 14 is Per-Erik Eklund. Gosselin stops that, leaves it for Craig Redmond. Sweden leading Canada by a score of 2-0. Now here's Patrick up over the line for Canada. Patrick with Wilson, who takes the pass. Wilson setting up, dumps it to the far side. Lowe spins around, dumps it to Patrick. Eriksson is after him. Then he gives it into the corner. Back to Redmond, who slipped and fell as he tried to trap the puck inside the blue line. Gosselin covers up Gradin right at his doorstep.
Gosselin a little upset with himself, bent over there. I don't know whether he hurt himself falling down. The official goes over to check with it, but he wanted to clear that puck. Had a little trouble with it. He didn't want to hold that for the face-off. He had control of it. He wanted to make the clearing pass because he's very good with his stick.
I understand there's some Swedish embassy bomb threats in Toronto. The public apparently mad at the officiating here at this hockey game. That's the word we get from CTV in Toronto. Ledster clears the puck. Now here's Driver inside the blue line. Driver forced back. We've played 9 minutes here in the third period as Courtnall brings the puck out for Canada. Here's Courtnall coming in, rolls it in front, the shot. And Gagne is stopped by goaltender Rittervall as Courtnall fed a perfect pass in front. Ledster after the puck. He slaps it, gets the return pass. Ledster on the right side to Driver at center ice. Sweden back at full strength as it's shot in by Donnelly. After the puck now, Gagne of Canada trying to get it. He's knocked against the board by Lindblom.
Well, that's the best chance we've had in quite some time. Courtnall making the pass across to Gagne, but when Donnelly came out of the penalty box, he threw a terrific pick on the far defenseman. He came out of the box, came along the blue line, picked off one of the Swedish defensemen, and then jumping in that spot was Gagne, and Courtnall saw him and moved it to him. But Donnelly really was the guy that made that all happen. Coming out of the penalty box, Team Canada was on the power play just briefly.
So Muller out there now for Canada. Got the puck ahead. Now Daigneault is out there, number 15. Jean-Jacques Daigneault. Redmond has trouble with the puck at the center and the blue line. Drops it back to Patrick. Got away from him. Patrick forced into the corner by Sandstrom. Now helping out is Redmond. Redmond gets the puck ahead to Dineen. Here's Daigneault, number 15. He's coming in over the Team Canada line with Muller, a shot. And that's blocked by goaltender Rittervall. Up to center ice now. Number 12 is Lars Eriksson. Eriksson on the backhand takes it in behind the net. Eriksson for Sweden drops it there. Two teams at full strength in front. Getting set. The shot blocked by Gosselin. And Canada comes right back. This is Dineen at center. Daigneault trying to catch up with him. Dineen right through, a shot. And that sailed wide as he was spun around just as he took the shot. Ledster stops it at the blue line. He clears it behind the net to Dineen. Daigneault hammers away at the side, and it stopped with Sweden coming out again. This is Nordin all by himself with Sweden caught on a line change, and he just shoots it into the Team Canada corner. We've played 12 minutes and 55 seconds here in the third period. Sweden 2 and Canada no score. Canada needs at least a tie to clinch a bronze medal. Donnelly slaps the puck, goes to Eriksson, and Sweden trying to get that lead pass ahead to Gradin. Here's Gradin coming right in on goal. Gradin shoots, and Driver stopped it. Driver got back to take the puck off the goal line. Now it's cleared to the center ice zone. Ledster over the Sweden blue line, a delayed offside, and there's the whistle, but a great defensive play by Bruce Driver.
Bruce Driver came all the way back there with Gradin, all the way back. You see Gosselin coming out now. He's got the whole open net, but Driver coming around behind his goaltender is able to tip that puck wide. But that's what happens when you keep coming back. The Driver doing a good job back checking.
Sweden leading Canada by a score of 2-0. Here's Courtnall, a long shot, and that's stopped by Rittervall as he blocked it with his right arm. Canada trying to keep it in. Olien got it to the blue line where he stopped. Canada shoots it right back in. Wood chasing after it with Courtnall. Comes around the boards to Rundqvist. Rundqvist of Sweden lifts it. Redmond slapped away at it, and it comes to Wood. Ahead to Gagne. Gagne coming in with Courtnall, who has the puck. He stops, trying to get it back, and it's slapped down the ice. This should be icing as Patrick goes back for Team Canada.
With 6 minutes left in the hockey game, Sweden is using the same tactics that Team Canada used against the Soviets. They've now got one forward that's playing back like a defenseman. There are 3 men along their own line as Team Canada advances the puck through the neutral zone. But they're not taking any chances with that third forward. All 3 of them are back there.
Final 6 minutes of the third period. Sweden leading 2-0. They won a bronze medal in 1980 at Lake Placid. Here's Driver's shot, and Rittervall makes the save as Bruce Driver let that booming shot go from just inside the blue line. Driver's done a good job on those long blue line drives.
Sure has, and it stays low. Everything's got to go to the net now.
Dave Tippett trying to jam it in front of the net. Daigneault back to Tippett. In front, Muller is all tied up there by Thomas Sandstrom. Canada pulling out all stops here, trying to get back into it. They have not scored the better part of 3 games after being shut out in successive games by Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. And they're down in this game by 2. Here's Lidster. Puck cleared up the middle to Dave Tippett. Crease.
Well, Daigneault just dancing through there made a cute little move, putting the puck between the legs of the defenseman and getting the shot on goal, but he was in a little tight. He didn't have too much room, but a nice little move by Daigneault.
We've played 14 minutes and 38 seconds here in the third period. Gradin has scored one of the Team Sweden goals and Sodergren the other. Some of the Swedish supporters on hand here at the Zetra Olympic Ice Hall. Number 17, that's Jens Oling, a draft of the Boston Bruins. Here's a chance now for Patrick, a shot right on. Rittervall stopped that. Canada has outshot Sweden 8-4 so far in this period. But Sweden has the edge in the most important statistic, the goal production, leading by 2. Exactly 5 minutes left to play in the game. Lowe at the blue line slaps the puck into the Team Sweden zone. Wilson digging in there after it, trying to get it back to Patrick. He's checked and the puck is lifted out to center ice. Oling up over the line. He dropped it back. Here's Gradin at the side, and that's stopped by Gosselin. Redmond, number 3 for Canada, ahead to Donnelly. Donnelly lost his balance. Nordin then bumps with Redmond. Wilson trying to get the puck, upset Gradin, and the puck is underneath. Peter Gradin, number 15. Canada and Sweden. First part of a big hockey doubleheader on CTV. We'll follow up with the gold medal game between the Soviet Union and Czechoslovakia. And later today, the Olympic medal winners in figure skating. And we'll also have the closing ceremonies from the Sarajevo Winter Olympics. Into the corner now. This is Tommy Moort trying to get the puck loose. Driver knocks the player against the boards there. That's Sandstrom.
Well, with a little less than 4.5 minutes remaining, and it's very important to try to get that tie. It'll be interesting at what time Dave King will take his goaltender out, being down 2. He'll have to take him out probably with 1.5 to 2 left if he wants to get back in the hockey game. We need a goal in the next 2 minutes. That's what we need.
It's been a long drought for goal production here in the medal round for Team Canada. They've played well, though, no question about that, but they just haven't been able to score. Defensively, they've been very strong. Puck shot deep into the Canadian zone. This is Lidster, number 4, back forth there. Slapped it off the boards. Tommy Moort of Sweden then is pinned there by Bruce Driver, and it's whistled down. At the Olympic Ice Hall, Zetra in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. It's Sweden leading Canada by a score of 2-0. And we have 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the game. Canadian supporters trying to encourage Team Canada. They have not scored in 177 minutes and 42 seconds up to this point. Now the puck slapped along the boards. Lidster keeps it in for Canada. Now Gagne collides in there with Sodergren. Courtnall trying to dig the puck loose for Canada. He's spun around, and Thomas Eklund clears it up to the center ice zone. Sodergren slides right to goaltender Mario Gosselin, who leaves it there for Doug Lidster. Lidster backhands it off the boards to Russ Courtnall now at center. Courtnall coming in with Dineen. Good move, but he can't get by the defense, and that's broken up. Patrick has it at center to Gagne. Over now, and it's cleared back into the Team Sweden line by Craig Redmond. Courtnall in forechecking right on top of Mats Tellin. Here's Tippett stealing the puck. He gets a shot. That just sailed wide as Tippett let that drive go. Puck rolls into the Team Canada zone. Redmond goes back for it, icing against Sweden. We have exactly 3 minutes left to play in period 3. Redmond, number 3 for Team Canada from Langley, British Columbia, born in Dawson Creek. Second cousins of Mickey and Dick Redmond of National Hockey League fame. Lidster, the captain from the University of North Dakota, played junior in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Having trouble getting now. Tippett is chased out. Muller will take the draw now. Karen Dean is telling the Swedish player Eklund to get out as well. Well, I guess he can overrule the linesman. Here's Oling coming back now for Sweden. Up to the Team Canada line. Patrick got a piece of him, slapped the puck to Kirk Muller. Muller gets it to Craig Redmond. Redmond coming in with Daigneault. Here's Redmond putting on the brakes, gets it back, tried to get it back to Tippett, then he got it himself. It's cleared in behind the net. J.J. Daigneault goes after it for Canada. He can't get to it, and it's shot down the ice again with James Patrick after it. Patrick touches it, again icing for Sweden.
Well, with 2 minutes and 29 seconds, I would have to think that either at this whistle or the next one, that the goaltender will have to be pulled, being down 2 goals here. Gosselin is looking over the bench, but no indication that he's going to come here. Play your best offensive players for the last 2.5 minutes of the hockey game, no matter what, and let them go to it. He's staying in the net, however.
We've had 9 penalties in the game. Canada has 6 of the 9 penalties, including the gross misconduct penalty to Pat Flatley after he collided with the linesman Schneider of West Germany, who in turn has been replaced by another linesman, Tadacek of Czechoslovakia. Sweden 2 and Canada no score. Number 17, that's Jens Oling. Backhands the puck in. Lidster brings it out for Canada. Lidster cleared it ahead off the stick of Donnelly, who's hauled down inside the blue line. After the puck now, Rundqvist in his own zone. He slides it, and Gosselin comes away out of the net. 2 minutes left to play. Here's Donnelly going into the corner after the puck. Wilson's in front. Wilson then chases after the loose puck. Rundqvist after him. He gives it to Lowe. In behind the net. Olien. He fires it off the boards and down the ice. Sweden content just to ice the puck as Driver gets back and touches it. So the face-off will come all the way back into the Team Sweden zone. Sweden has never defeated Team Canada in Olympic competition. But they're just a minute and 37 seconds away from doing just that.
Gosselin is banging a stick on the ice. He's trying to get Dave King's attention. He wants to know if he's coming out or not. There's the second time he's banging it. We can hear him banging his stick, but the goaltender hasn't left the net yet. Down 2.
Now the puck cleared off the boards. It goes down the ice into the Team Canada zone again. Redmond racing quickly after it, and it's icing. 1:28 remaining in the third period.
Oh, I think you got to bring your goaltender out now. Just have to do it.
Down by 2 goals. You've got to pull all stops at this point. Canada needs a tie, at least a tie, to clinch a medal. Gosselin remains in the net. The 2 teams are at full strength. Here's Canada trying to get possession now. Pass back to Patrick, but away from him, and it goes down the ice into the Team Canada zone. After it goes Sodergren. In behind the net. Redmond checks him. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Here's a shot off a stick, high over the glass and out of play with 1:07 left to play in the third period and the game. And Gosselin remains in the net.
Well, he's not going to be able to come out now with a face-off deep inside their own zone.
Face-off will be to his left. As you indicated, Tom, he was slapping his stick, trying to get the attention of the Team Canada bench. Sweden have had some excellent goaltending in this game as well. Rittervall has played a strong game. Here's Lidster now for Canada. Got it out to center. Tippett went after it, but it was broken up. 1 minute left to play. You see the time remaining in the right corner of your screen as Lidster and Driver fired off the boards. Here comes Wilson to center. Up over the line goes Lidster. Gosselin now heads to the bench, replaced by Patrick. The Canadian net is empty. After the puck now is Donnelly. He gives it to Lidster. Wilson behind the net. Wilson dumps it in front. It's cleared back to the line. Here's Driver's shot. Loose puck in front, and it's just cleared away. 25 seconds left to play in the third period. A jam up in the corner. It's cleared right onto the stick and cleared to the blue line where Lidster stops it for Canada. Lidster trying to get a shot, dumps it back into the opposite side. 10 seconds left. Bouncing puck in front. Lidster goes after it for Canada as Canada keeps it in, but they can't get a good shot on goal. Now Eriksson clears it down the ice, and the horn goes, and the game is over. And Sweden has won a bronze medal with a 2-0 victory over Canada.
Canada, the Cinderella team of this tournament, not expected to do very much, won their first four games handily and looked very good doing it. An excellent defensive hockey club, but I don't think if we can't score a goal in 3 medal round games that we deserve the medal. We have to get some goal scoring, but it's unfortunate, a disciplined effort, good defensive hockey team, but if you don't score, you don't win.
And discipline the key, Tom. There was some frustrating moments in terms of officiating, but you have to salute this young Canadian Olympic team, well disciplined, and all of Canada can be proud of this team. You know, they did not score in the medal round against Czechoslovakia, the Soviet Union, or Sweden, but they represented Canada extremely well, and we're all to be very proud of them. It was a great performance. Although they lose in this one, Sweden winning by a score of 2-0, and they win the bronze medal. Coming up later, we'll have the game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union for the gold. Coverage of the 14th Winter Olympics will continue in a moment.
You take charge, people, taking charge.
You know exactly what you want from your next truck.
Taking charge in your own way. Taking charge with Chevrolet.
Your best buy.
Take charge, people.
84 Chevy S10, standard V6 power or 4-cylinder high efficiency, and now with gutsy diesel. Big choice, down-to-earth Chevy price. 84 Chevy S10.
Price the way you want to pay. You're taking charge with Chevy truck. Turn up the lights. Turn on the blue light. Turn up a smile. Turn blue light into your light beer. Turn one bottoms up. Your real beer taste is here.
New Labatt's Blue Light. A great beer taste right out of the blue.
Labatt's Blue Light's for you. A great beer taste right out of the blue.
Shoppers Drug Mart announces an amazing way you can wash your hair, soothe your throat, soften your hands, brush your teeth, shave your beard, scent your body, pamper your baby, relieve your headache, clean your house, and save money. It's called the Red Ticket. It's on all kinds of products, and only one store has it.
Shoppers Drug Mart, we're the one.
I had to admit, Jennifer had gotten under my skin. I had no one to turn to for advice. What I needed was objective professional help. What happened, happened.
Kiss me first.
Kiss you out to spank you.
Oh, please, and pinch me too.
Don't blame them. Blame it on Rio.
Now playing at a theater near you. Check your local newspaper.
So, the final score, Sweden 2, Canada 0. Sweden wins the bronze medal. Canada ends up in 4th place. And back with us, hockey commentator Ron Roosh. Ron, is it fair to ask what happened?
Well, what happened? I don't know. You know, Lloyd, in hindsight, you look back on 3 hockey games in which Canada failed to score a goal, and you have to think that perhaps Canada forgot how to score goals. They went in against Czechoslovakia, obviously trying to keep the goals down, not having too many scored against them because it was important in the medal round, and it paved the way for the fact that all Canada needed was a tie in this hockey game. They went in the same thinking against the Soviet Union. The lack of intensity, the lack of drive for the net that Tom Watt talked about often during the 3rd period of this game. And then in the 3rd game, which was against Sweden, they just simply didn't go for the net until it was far too late. They were down 2-0. They controlled the game defensively. If you're going to give marks for defense, then I'm sure that the coach would have been quite happy. But there was no offense at all, although Canada outshot the Swedes quite handily in the game. We'll look at the highlights of the 3rd period, and what did Team Canada in was a power play goal. And you'll see Eriksson will get the shot at the blue line as they get in around the defense once again. Here they come, but watch for the man at the point now as the play is forced behind the net. They finally will move it out to the point, and moving into the slot is Södergren. He gets the nice deflection in front. Nothing Gosselin could do at all. One of the few good scoring chances the Swedes had in the game with 41 seconds left in the power play. And here is Courtnall. Down over the line. This is one of the few really good scoring chances Canada had. In front of the net, there's Gagne, but the save is made by Ritterveld. He's a pretty good goaltender. He's undrafted, and it looks like he's one of those late bloomers who has come on to play very well in this tournament. But really the story of the game, and I guess the story of Canada's hopes, they worked very hard, but they lacked that intensity offensively in the game. It did them in. It's too bad. They weren't helped, of course, by some officiating calls that I'm sure are going to be second-guessed across the country, but officials really weren't the story of this game. I don't care what the referee called in this one. Canada lost it honestly. They just didn't do what they had to do offensively.
So the bronze medal goes to Sweden. Canada ends up in 4th place. As Baron de Coubertin said, it is better to compete than to win, and a 4th place finish is not bad for a team that many people thought wasn't going to end up anywhere here at this tournament. You may remember that in Lake Placid, Canada came 6th. Well, there are many other features to come today on our CTV coverage of the Winter Olympics. We'd like to remind you now that we will be following along very shortly with the game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. That will come at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about an hour from now. We have another half hour of Olympic coverage coming up, however, of other events that are taking place today. And then that Czech-Soviet game at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CTV's coverage continues in a moment.
If an orange says Sun-Kissed on the outside, you can be sure it lives up to its name on the inside. Because Sun-Kissed oranges are sweet, juicy, wholesome, fun, satisfying, tantalizing, lip-smacking, thirst-quenching, inviting, luscious, alive, and bursting with flavor. That's why if you could see inside an orange, you'd buy Sun-Kissed every time. You have our word on it.
Allstate asks, are you burning money? What? Are you paying too much for car insurance? Too much? Because if you are, your money's going up in smoke. Well, what should I do? Get in touch with an Allstate agent. He has very competitive rates. Really? And special discounts to keep your costs under control. Wow! So call Allstate and make sure you get the best mileage from your car insurance dollars. You're in good hands with Allstate.
IBM introduces PC Junior, a bright little addition to the family. Junior comes with bright computer ideas, like a keyboard that doesn't need a cord. You can get easy-to-use software like word processing, Games and graphics your kids won't believe, plus a starting price you won't believe. And with easy-to-add options, Junior can grow up real fast. PC Junior, new from IBM.
And Ron Roosh is back with us. We're going to talk for a moment about the next big feature on our Olympic coverage, and that is the gold medal game in hockey, which will be coming up in about 45 minutes from now, right here on the CTV network, between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. And that should be something.
Don't go away. If you love the game of hockey, you'll love what you're about to see, because I don't think two teams play this game on the level of intensity that Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union do. One of the greatest hockey games I've ever seen was last spring in Munich when these two teams played to a 1-1 tie. And they're almost a fitting match, these two teams. You get the slugger, and this is what Czechoslovakia, the type of hockey they play. They chase you, they're after you all the time, they're aggressive. And the Soviet Union, who are slick and smooth, more the boxer if you want, to draw an analogy between two sports. And so stand by for just a tremendous hockey game between these two teams, and they, of course, both going for the gold medal. And Czechoslovakia is not that far behind the Soviet Union in this tournament, so we could have a very, very good hockey game. Of course, the center of attraction throughout these Olympics has been Vladislav Tretiak. He's in his 4th Olympics. He's looking for his 3rd gold medal, and he wants to become the first hockey player to be a part of a medal-winning team in 4 Olympiads. Vladislav Tretiak has been part of the Canadian hockey consciousness for 12 years now, since the 1972 Canada-Soviet series. During that time, he has starred for the Soviets through 3 complete Olympiads and coming into his 4th. 2 gold medals in 1972 and 76, plus a silver in 1980. Dozens of personal honors, including the prestigious Order of Lenin, the highest civilian honor awarded in the Soviet Union. Without question, Vladislav Tretiak is the most popular non-North American ever to play in Canada. The reception he got 13 months ago at the Montreal Forum on New Year's Eve is an example. The standing ovation after Tretiak shut out the Canadians 5-0 lasted for minutes. Twice he had to step out to take a bow. But his popularity in Canada is not a one-way street.
Популярен в этой стране.
Ну, в последнее время чувствую.
Yes, during last time, I feel that I'm quite popular here.
Народ хорошо относится.
Yes.
Мне очень приятно, что я своей игрой доставляю удовольствие.
It's a great pleasure that with my game I can please can make pleasure for Canadians, and it's very nice.
И я даже уже стал бояться здесь плохо играть.
And you see, now I have a new feeling. I'm afraid to play bad here in Canada.
Я боюсь плохо играть у себя дома при своих и уже при канадцах. Почему? Потому что
you see, when I play at home in Russia, I'm afraid to show poor performance before our crowd, and I have the same feeling here because I consider here the crowd of Canadians as my crowd. So before my spectators, I cannot play.
Я с удовольствием приезжаю сюда.
It's a great pleasure for me to come to Canada and to play.
There is no question of the respect that Vladislav Tretiak gets wherever he goes. In Edmonton, Wayne Gretzky shakes his hand. In Montreal, kids clamor for his autograph, treasured as much as one of Guy Lafleur. How important is Vladislav Tretiak to his team? Well, consider this. He has played almost every important game that the Soviet Union has played since 1972, when the Soviets played Team Canada. When he has been on his game, the Soviets have won. When he's not been on his game, they have lost. 1980, Lake Placid. Tretiak is not sharp. He has played almost 175 games over the previous 2 years, and the final seconds of the first period against the U.S. with the Soviets leading 2-1, Tretiak goes to sleep on a rebound. Mark Johnson scores with 3 seconds left in the period to tie the game. Tretiak was replaced by Vladimir Moishkin. The U.S. scored goals in the 3rd period to win the game 4-3, and the so-called miracle on ice was underway. It was the gold medal Vladislav Tretiak and the Soviets didn't win. Now Tretiak returns, trying to become one of the few athletes to win medals in 4 different Olympiads. At age 32, there may be other things to conquer, including perhaps the National Hockey League, specifically the Montreal Canadiens, who drafted him last June after Tretiak had made it clear where he wanted to play.
But I can say you one thing. If I have the choice to play in NHL, naturally I will choose Montreal Canadiens.
Why?
Почему?
Она как-то ближе. Мне... Почему? Потому что я всю жизнь играю в команде номер 1 ЦСКА.
You see, all my life I'm playing in our first team, Red Army, in our national.
Я не люблю проигрывать. Все время люблю выигрывать.
I do not like to lose. I like to win, and that's why I like Montreal Canadiens. They're closest to us.
And there is one more fact about Vladislav Tretiak we would like to give you. It took our chief researcher, Tom West, 40 minutes to find this statistic, so we have to give it to you, or otherwise Tom would not like it very much. Tretiak has had 2 career shutouts, the last one in this tournament against Canada. CTV's Olympic coverage will continue in a moment.
Over the years, your changing fuel needs have caused changes in us.
Morning, Joe. Time for gasoline.
In 1939, Esso introduced their new premium.
Esso Extra, please.
With the post-war car boom, the need for gasoline grew. Then came lower-cost self-serve.
Fill her up.
Yes, sir.
Unleaded gasoline.
Premium unleaded, please.
Diesel. And down the road, propane and future fuels. Anticipating your needs makes us better.
You make us better, you do. Esso.
So we are into the last day of the Olympics here in Sarajevo, and one little change on the standings board as a result of that bronze medal to Sweden. They now have a total of 6, tying them with the United States of America. The East Germans and the Soviets are 1 and 2 respectively, and the reason the East Germans are ahead, even though the total shows 24 for each, is that the East Germans have more golds at this point, 9-5. We will be back with the gold medal game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union, and then later today we'll have much more Olympic coverage for you, including the 2 final events, men's cross country and also the men's slalom, then the closing ceremonies and an Olympic wrap-up show. So stay tuned right here to CTV for complete last day Olympic coverage. Goodbye for now.
Sarajevo, 84. The 14th Olympic Winter Games are brought to you by Crown Life, the official insurer of the Canadian Olympic team. IBM Canada Limited, helping Canadians reach beyond. '20th Century Fox. Coleco Canada Limited. Harvey's makes your hamburger a beautiful thing. And by the CTV Television Network. Is the official sponsor and clothing coordinator of Canada's Olympic team.
This is the CTV Television Network.
Canada in the bronze medal game gets the first opportunity. Lidster behind the net, tipping it back to Kerry Wilson. Kerry Wilson with a nice pass through to Pat Flatley. Not too much room, hits the goaltender square in the pads, but the first good opportunity of the game. Then we see Redmond throwing the puck through. Gagne with a nice tip to Courtnall. Courtnall all by himself, hits the post, goes to the glove side. A close call for Team Canada. Then coming back, inside your own zone, never a lateral pass. Hits the back of Tippett's skate. Eklund through to Gradin. Gradin makes a nice move, puts it underneath Gosselin for Sweden to go ahead 1-0. We get another look at this opportunity. Eklund throwing the puck to Gradin. Gradin coming right through, jamming the puck underneath Gosselin's outstretched stick. Now we see the controversial play. Pat Flatley, after an offside, brushes by Schneider, the German official, and Team Canada is called. Pat Flatley, you see, going off with a gross misconduct penalty, saying that he brushed the official intentionally. Only a love tap, but he's thrown out of the game, and Canada lose a lot of their offense. On the power play opportunity, Eklund behind the net, throws the puck back to the point, and Eriksson's shot is tipped in from Sodergren at the edge of the net, and Sweden goes ahead 2-0. Here we get another look at it, just changing the direction. Gosselin moving to the far side. Sodergren tips it by him, and we have a handshake to end the game. Sweden winning the bronze medal over Team Canada.
Then the gold medal matchup, the Soviets against Czechoslovakia. Kozhevnikov scoring just inside the shot, hitting the crossbar. 6:38 of the first period. Another look at it, the first shot of the opening period for the Soviets. In the second period, again, the Soviets score on their first shot. Larionov handling the puck. Krutov at the top of the circle. A great shot, and that beats Schindel. And the Soviets have a 2-0 lead. Great game by the Czechoslovakia netminder Schindel, but he's beaten here by Krutov, and the Soviets are in front. Vladislav Tretiak didn't have much work. He was good, though, on this Czechoslovakia power play. Hacek to Calder, and Tretiak makes the save. And when it was over, the Soviets win 2-0. They mobbed Tretiak. He allowed just 5 goals in 7 games, a goals against average 0.71. Tikhonov and Tretiak embrace.
But with Ken Danby,